You know the vibes. My name is Litty Willie, and today on Sounds Lit, I got my brother, my homie, um, one of the very most ambitious but humble friends that I have, and I want to say friend. I don't want to say artist. I want to say friend. Um, Mr. Canal Drive himself, Rene.
My brother.
What's good?
Pleasure being here again.
I
Thanks for letting me in your home.
I didn't want to make the intro sound too biased. Like I want people to know
Right.
that, but it's just since I met you, my brother, you've been real. You've been on the grind, but you live in truth, and that's what I like about you because you do struggle with day-to-day shit. You do struggle with personal life shit. You do struggle with artist shit. And you're honest about it. You don't try to walk around and either A, be too humble and act like it doesn't exist, or B, too out there and act like it doesn't exist. Like You're like on that median of just a real life person. So I want to give you that love and respect, bro.
Nah, I appreciate you.
For sure.
That's what it's been since day one, even meeting you, and why I wanted to be on your platform when I came across you, freaking 4 years ago now.
Right.
4 years ago now.
Oh,
So,
damn, 4 years.
yeah, it's been a little. That's when I had found you, and then I didn't run into you until I think it was 2023.
In the gym, right?
In the gym,
yeah. In the gym.
And that was organic. You know what I'm saying? That was like, bro, I'm gonna say what's up. I never ran into you. I was like, I'm gonna say what's up. And Homestead's a small town.
And you don't find that with people your age. Like, because, all right, let me tell the viewers, I'm 37, you're younger, you're a lot younger than me. But people your age, from what I experienced, and I don't want to put everybody in one box.
Right.
But people your age kind of like live in this world where you're used to just talking to people digitally. So when it's time to approach them in real life, it's...
I don't think I've never had a problem with that. I think that's like, I don't know if that's the way I was raised, but like being in a Sicilian family and then like also being half Cuban, it's like anywhere you go, you got to say what's up to everybody.
Right.
So I like the whole breaking the ice thing, like I kind of got rid of that at a really young age, and then I've always been able to talk to like anybody. I mean, I'll be honest, I feel introverted all the time.
Right.
Like I really value my time and my space, but then when I do get to know someone or I do break that ice, like your family, like from the go, yeah.
That's what I told you at the door. Like he knocked and the door was open, and he's like,
"It's not my house.
It's
not my house,
bro. You my brother. You can walk in, bro. You can walk in. If I'm not dressed or my girl's not dressed, just turn around real quick and say bye bye."
Yeah, I got you.
Shout out to High Noon. You brought some High Noon in today. You haven't had it yet. Never.
I seen it in all the videos. I was like, if I'm pulling up, I'm bringing the gift. So.
Yeah, there you go. Try High Noon. We drinking at High Noon. Shout out to High Noon. We're trying to get them to shout us out. We always shouting them out, but this is like we were just talking about it before this. It's organic, bro. We really fuck with it just because we fuck with it. We're not getting a check or nothing from it. I know you.
That should say real juice.
That's what I'm saying.
I love pineapple.
And I know you work out, and I know you go up and down with the working out and the weights and stuff. So this is good. Yeah, it's 100 calories.
That's good. Hell yeah, it's 100 calories.
100 calories. So good shit. Shout out to High Noon.
No, thank you for putting me on.
No,
I have to.
We good. Rene, this isn't the first time we sit down and speak, but this is the first time I'm proud to say that we sit down and speak about a whole body of work. It's a 3-track EP called Canal Drive. It also came with a short film. Like you really showed your ass on this. Like
had to.
Before we get into the project, though, I want to genuinely ask you, how are you? How you been?
Like how am actually?
Yeah, you.
I've been feeling good lately, but I'm on a day-to-day. I know I'm stressed.
Okay.
Like for sure. Like that's being transparent.
Okay.
Like I know I'm on and we talked about this last time I was here. It's like when you drop something, you kind of ride that high for a little bit.
Yeah.
But already in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I got content lined up, but I'm already ready to record my next shit, and that's now been the new stress for whatever reason. It's like ride it for a little bit, go ahead, but it's like that's always in the back of my mind. I'm always trying to do more, get better. I mean, finances are a real thing. You know.
Yeah.
I'm in a great relationship, so there's no relationship stress, but you gotta take care of your partner and everything like that. Yeah, trying to balance family and everything too. So, it's a lot. It's always a lot. That's what I will say. I feel like I'm doing better at handling it. I'm doing better of like, all right, bro, it's tough, but it's supposed to be. It's supposed to feel a lot. Like to quote Nipsey Hussle, like it's supposed to feel like a burden to a degree.
And I can see the growth. I can see that because when I first met you, you were more, I don't want to say introverted, but more just like docile.
Right.
Docile, but I seen still what you're explaining now without you telling me it. Like I see, you know, and then when we started talking on a personal level in text, and I'm like, okay, he is human. Like I just, it's just.
I hope people don't get that wrong idea that I'm like, because I tried to play that. I look at my old posts and stuff, and I was even worried about putting myself, like having pictures of myself as like my song covers and shit. Oh, wow. I don't know why I was like having this weird insecure
phase,
wanna be mysterious thing. Like I always felt like every time I drop something, I kind of just do this whole paragraph and do, which isn't wrong. Like I do that now. I even did that with Canal Drive,
right?
Because it's always a piece of me, but it's always been like a not scared to share it, but I would always, you know, walk on ice as I'm putting something out.
Second guessing or thinking twice.
Exactly, yeah. And like, you know what, let me just be as open as possible, you know, post it and look away and see how the people take it. And now I feel like I am doing it with like a little more confidence. I feel like you definitely put me on that journey, because it's already been a year since me and you sat down and talked for the first time. So sure. I feel like since then it's really changed it. It was like I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, I'm really proud of myself for never taking any moment for granted on this journey, like never feeling jaded to it, because those little moments for me like are always milestones, and they're always the reminder of like, okay, this is why you do it. Like you grew up wanting to do this shit, and this is a moment. Enjoy it, be in it. This is fire. This is your sign. And it's always like when I have those moments where I'm like, damn, what stack of proof do I have that I'm an artist? I'm like, bro, you've been on a platform, you've been on this, you've dropped this amount of songs, you got this many people showing you love. I got random people on YouTube now finding me at 4 a.m. and it's like, it's been dope, man. So like I appreciate you, and you're always boosting my confidence, man.
For sure. It's not even, you know, I just like, for some reason, you know, we all attract different types of people or different types of things. And for some reason, I've always attracted humble or people that are less energetic or less crazy as me. I would call myself, I don't know crazy, but, you know, I'm out there. I'm a very just loud, rambunctious person. So I've always, like, gravitated towards people that are the opposite of me. I really cannot stand people that are like me. It sounds crazy.
People like, bro, you're doing too much.
Yeah. And I look at them and I'm like, bro, you do the same shit, not worse. But, you know, I see, but then I also see the talent, and I'm like, bro,
why ain't you talking?
Yeah, like, you're not supposed to be this calm.
Right.
Like, you got, like, bro, you got a Ferrari, and you put it like 83 in it. You need to be 97 in that motherfucker.
Yeah, you need to move.
You need to move this shit, bro. Like, you got, and it's like, no, I know, but, you know, nah, fuck that, bro. Fuck that. So it's just like, it's a lot of my friends. Like, shout out to Jay, like J3KR. Yeah. Even when we started, like, you know, when I started, we've been friends before the show. And then he came out of the Marines, and he started, I did an interview with him just randomly, because I just interview anybody.
Yeah. And then, which is fire, bro.
Yeah,
not many people do that.
Anybody.
Not many people do that, bro.
Anybody. And he started going with me to the studio, and like he started getting like things, like people started bringing this to him. I was like, bro, do it. Like, what the fuck? Like, do it.
Why you hesitating?
Yeah, don't do it. Like, bro, if you connected this one, and he's like, bro, you know, I did this, and that, and then he came to me one time. Oh, I got paid for it. I was like, yeah, bro, like, do it.
It'll happen if you keep going. Yeah.
Do it. Like, don't be humble, don't be quiet, but I also like to hang out with people like you and connect with people like you, Matic, and everybody else that are humble, because I learn from you guys as well.
Right.
I do learn, because sometimes I'm way too ahead of myself with my words, with my actions. Right. And then I see how y'all move, and I'm like, all right, so if I take a little bit of what they doing here, and I do this there,
and you apply it,
and it works. So I honor people like you.
Yeah,
I
appreciate you, bro.
I know why you called it Canal Drive, but tell us, or tell the people, why did you name this EP Canal Drive?
Well, I've actually had like a little theme going. Like, I've done Franklin Avenue, which also had a song called Tennessee Road on it, and I feel like I picked that up from listening to Drake since I was younger, where he kind of like Western Road flows and things of that nature, where he's kind of giving you like little landmarks. And one thing I've always done is be real personal with my music. So sometimes when I make music, it takes me to places that are here in my hometown. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I haven't traveled too much out of Florida, like too much. So there's not much I can speak
to
on.
Have to travel.
Right, but But Canal Drive, and that's why, like I mentioned on Empty Pockets, I say pulling up to Joe's crib to have a conversation, because that's the road I take to him. But where Lakeshore is. Canal Drive's right there.
That's like Independence Road.
Right. So I named it that because that's just where it took me. It felt like, those three songs. I feel like I heard it when I listened to the three together. Just closed my eyes and I knew I was driving down that street. How the street lights are sitting on the road by myself, because how I get empty there at night, and that's just really where it took me. And I love putting like my hometown into my music, because that's really what it is. A lot of people have this concept with music that they have to, and it's not necessarily wrong, but they want to sound bigger than they are right out the gate, which isn't wrong. You can be manifesting, just having that type of confidence in yourself is great. But there's always the times that I'm like, bro, like I'm home right now. I'm not across somewhere in LA doing A, B, C, and D, bro. Like I'm here. So I always want to make sure that home is always involved in my projects, and that's just where it took me.
So if the people don't know that are watching as well, Rene's from a small town in Miami called Homestead. Homestead is the location of Canal Drive. Canal Drive is a road in front of Lakeshore Community, which Rene lived at for a while.
For a little minute.
I lived at, we talked about
2 separate times, yeah.
I lived at Keystone right across the street. That was the first place I moved to when I came from New York.
Right.
Those houses right across
the street, yeah.
And I used to walk from there to Homestead Senior High School.
You used to be sitting on bikes and shit.
Yeah, and Independence, for sure. We used to smoke weed in Audubon Park. Roscoe Warren wasn't built yet when I was growing up. Villages of Homestead was a spot to...
Right. Yeah, that whole little block, there's hella communities just back there,
too. For sure.
I love that corner store, too.
How much time and energy did you put into this project? Honestly.
Too much, probably. not in a bad way, but more of like in an overthinking way. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I could probably find the exact dates that I recorded them, but I at least recorded Empty Pockets and The Elephant in the Room like months ago now. Like probably closer to the top of the year, if I'm being honest.
Oh wow.
Because originally I had an album working that I did all in that one little pocket of time, where I had all the 4 tracks of Time Well Spent. I had Pressure on there. About to Change got recorded after, but I had 2 other loosies that I ended up deciding to cut, and then amongst that too, I made The Elephant in the Room and Empty Pockets. And I just knew they sounded not just different, but they sounded better. Mm-hmm. So then that's when I reevaluated. I'm like, I don't want to have an 8-song, 10-song playlist. These tell a message, and I put them to the side until I was ready to revisit. And then that's when I recorded Afraid. So technically months. But then when I decided, okay, it's time. I want this out. I want to say I started probably top of September, and that might be being generous to myself. Might have took me longer because I really overthink my mixing and mastering a lot of the time too.
And that's why. So if you could put it, because I don't even want to say September, because I know September was probably like the tail end of finalizing everything that you had. So you could say 6 to 8 months.
Technically, yeah, but I wasn't diligently like working on those 3. Right. It was more of like I recorded them and I said, these are important to me. I want to leave them here.
Right.
These need to get delivered the right way, and I just focused on. All right, let me drop Time Well Spent.
How aggravating the whole time was it?
In the beginning, no, they were in the back of my mind.
No, when you finally realized that I got to scrap this. Oh, I want to use this, and then the idea of Canal Drive, because you're doing all this in one. If people don't know.
Yeah,
I'm doing it all.
I'm doing it all at the same time because when I know I have Canal Drive in the back of my mind, I'm rolling out Time Well Spent, and then I'm like, I want to do a piano version, and then Gabe came over and we recorded Pay Attention piano version.
Shout out to Gabe.
Hey, shout out to Gabe, always helping me record my content. Who recorded the short film too? Yes, he looked.
Turn off, yeah.
Where was I?
Just that time, just
that time when I found it out. It wasn't frustrating in the beginning.
Okay.
Like getting Time Well Spent out felt great. Dropped About to Change. Pay Attention.
And if you ever heard Time Well Spent, go listen to it.
Handle that. Go handle that because that's actually moving too. Ever since I dropped Canal Drive, bro, like the intro to that 2018 got another 300 plays. In the past week.
I heard the first 30 seconds of it when you sent it to me. It was a nighttime. And that's when I texted you back. I was like, bro, I got to hit it in the gym tomorrow because I got to be focused. I went to the gym. I'm like, oh, shit, like he's showing out
Yeah.
now. He's showing
You
out.
done played it. You told me you played it like 6 or 8 times.
Yeah,
in
so I
a
said,
row.
dude, I'm in the gym for 2 hours, and there's 4 tracks on there. It was 4, right?
It was 4 on time spent. Yeah.
So I'm listening to them back to back to back, and then like I'm not paying attention as much on my set because my first part of my gym is cardio, weights, sauna. So my first part I'm dissecting. Second part I'm like, all right, I'm not really paying. Yeah. And then the sauna I'm like, oh yeah.
Let me tap in.
Rene fucking. So I don't know. And so moving forward, it was time well spent. And now we got Canal Drive. Canal Drive. Since you sent it to me. First of all, when you sent it to me, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and then it's hard to top, in my opinion. For me, not for the world, but for me, for Litty Willie, the top 4 were banger. I dissected them. I listened to them. I paid attention. I'm listening to productions and everything.
Right.
Then you sent me this one, and I felt like it's a 50-50 for me. I feel like it was one album with 7, but then I'm like, no, it's not. It's 2 different projects. But it's like he made this one. I feel like the first one was better. I feel like this one was meaningful. And I'm not saying this one is bad. So I want to say that.
No. I had the same idea because honestly, before it was even Canal Drive, I was thinking I was gonna try to do a continuation because since I called it Time Well Spent, I was gonna call this What It Cost Me.
Okay, I could catch that.
Right. So where it was like, so those are supposed to be feel good songs, but if you listen to them, I'm telling similar stories. I'm pinpointing, but it's more of like in a hindsight, but not feeling good about the stories themselves, but as in like, bro, look on the brighter side.
Yeah, right.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, don't allow those things in your past to like not allow you to feel good going forward. So then when I did Canal Drive, which was gonna be What It Cost Me, it was gonna be like, okay, but this is what the self work looked like. This was the ugly part y'all didn't see from Time Well Spent.
The biography of Time Well Spent.
Right, but then I decided to do Canal Drive for like the reasons I stated earlier. It's just that's where it took me. So I was like, bro, it can be his own thing.
Oh yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
No,
but it's still that same thing. It's still like kind of doing the ventilation, the self work, and now it's kind of like not moving forward, not just from mistakes or missed opportunities that I had, that I mentioned in those songs.
We'll get to it.
But also like the negative self-talk for myself and like the lack of confidence and like the tweet that I shared that you told me like I've been telling you to think that way, like, so that's how I'm trying to move like going forward.
Good shit. And before we get into the music, what was the most difficult part of making the project and what was the easiest part of making the project?
Easiest was probably
the movie?
No. I mean, well, for context, we shot that. Everything you saw was shot in one day. We just recorded it back to front. So the empty pockets portion we recorded in the day, like afternoon, and then as night fell, that's when we went and did the elephant in the room portion. And then we got to the damn hotel that we shot it at like 12. Bro, we were up till 2-3 in the morning. And that was just oh my god, yeah. So like the reason why I look tired and afraid is because that's the last thing we shot. But that was the intention. I wanted it to look that way.
Right.
So maybe that was the hardest part, but honestly, no, that was fun as shit. And shout out to Quan, or Mirage, he goes by, 10-year friend, like via Xbox. Okay. He sat with me on several nights up to 2 a.m. editing that shit together. Was that fun? Yes. Was it stressful? Absolutely. I think what the difficult part was probably mastering it. Okay. Because you can ask Quan, I had him swap out the audio in that shit
over and over so many times.
Yeah. So I would say easiest part was either the short film, because that was really, really fun. But that was before the songs were even finished. We were going off of the mixes.
Man, you didn't even take Adderall, bro. My brain wouldn't be able to function.
Yeah, I don't know how. No, I definitely have ADHD or whatever all that shit, but like I raw dog it every day. I don't know how I do it.
Fuck,
but
bro.
easiest,
just giving me anxiety thinking about that. 2 a.m. after shooting, you're sitting there and it's my word going 0.2 seconds over the video. Wait, no.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but easiest part was probably in that process. Recording it, bro. Recording it, yeah. Like I did. I think I did the elephant in the room, the empty pockets in back-to-back nights. Okay. Took me minutes to record them, and then Afraid was almost like I think I recorded Afraid in 2 takes. and I think I rapped it top to bottom. I maybe had one split just so I can enunciate something better, but I was able to rap that top to bottom, and that was super quick.
Is that a good feeling as a rapper?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, when you do it like one take, I'm like, oh, thank God. Yeah, because I've had songs where I do like 40 takes, you know, so that came easily because that was a therapy session, you know?
I can tell you that I am good at pre-recording. Cause we're doing this right now. I'm good at pre-recording because of how much lives and audience work I have done. Yeah. Because when I used to do lives and audio performing in front of audiences, I started off live. I started off 3 years strictly live, no editing,
right,
just live.
Right. Were you doing it Monday? You were doing it every Friday, right?
Yeah,
every Friday, yeah.
And the first time I had to do something that was pre-recorded, dude,
it felt weird.
It was hard. No, I fucked up. Like ask Robbie. Like Robbie got bloopers.
For days,
bro. We were just sitting there trying to do an intro for me, and I was just. He's like, bro. Really? You do this shit every day, really? And I'm like, bro,
I don't feel different.
It's just different. It's different. So let's get into the music. You know the vibes is Litty Willie from Litty Productions. I want to thank everybody that's been supporting us, sharing, liking, commenting, doing all that good stuff. Just to let y'all know, we got Instagram live videos, we got YouTube videos, we got all kinds of different productions. That's why we call ourselves Litty Productions. Make sure y'all hit me up if y'all looking for something at Litty Willie _. Litty Show Productions on Instagram, all that good stuff. Just make sure you hit me up. We out.
It's the Litty Show. The Litty Show. You
know the fucking vibe, man. Alright, so we back in it. Rene, we're gonna break down Canal Drive. First track that we're gonna listen to is called Afraid.
Got you. If this app wanna load.
Are you disappointed in me? Cause lately I've been feeling like the feeling's different. I hate admitting that I'm codependent, only making matters worse when I try to fix it. What's your opinion of me? And why is it a hassle just for you to kiss and hug me? Do you really love me? If you knew all of my flaws, would you hold them shits above me? When the shit get ugly, are you gonna be around or gonna flip the script and dub me? I got no one else to trust, so really who am I if I can't confide in us? I tried to walk a mile in your shoes, but I can't. The shirt you gave me off your back, I covered it in stains. Every picture that I paint is just a poor reflection of your image that I taint. Yeah, I look into your eyes and all I really see is pain. Guilty of your ways and the choices that you made. Talking all this game when you really just afraid. When you only want acceptance to be freed of all your shame.
Canal Drive.
Yes,
So,
sir.
I want to let you know firstly, I am not a rapper. So when I recite your lyrics, please do not take offense to it.
No worries.
I am
no
not
worries,
a rapper.
bro.
I'm a podcaster, shit talker, and father.
Don't worry. I really had to pay attention right now. I'm like, do I know my lyrics?
I hate admitting that I'm codependent, only making matters worse when I try to fix it. What is your codependency that you speak on?
Man, when writing this song, it was at first I thought it was gonna be like a relationship song. When I wrote like those first bars, I thought it was gonna be that. But it's in two ways, man. I think I have my codependency one, because the conversation is in the end basically to myself, and talking to two different past versions of myself. It kind of dances around, like it blurs the lines, like when you write it. I feel like I have it, you know, I've had it with my relationships and with my friendships and stuff. Growing up, I've been a people pleaser. So I hate when people are upset with me. I hate when I misstep, when, you know, I slip up or I do something wrong. Not even like in a super negative way. Like it could be like, you know, I didn't pick some shit up. And if somebody's upset about it, it really fucks with me. That's just kind of how I've been. I've always been judged, you know, by my mistakes. You know, more from friendships than family. Right. I mean, my mom would yell at me sometimes, but not like that, not in that fashion. You know, when it was needed. Yeah. but yeah, it's a fear of that. It's like, I think I told you about it too. That my girlfriend she'll get upset with me when I ask her if I can go do something. I'm like, you okay if I go to the studio? She's like, why are you asking me to do shit in your own house? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know why I asked you that. But it's just so I could be like, so I know you're okay.
You're good. With
me doing, what I'm doing.
You got to be good so I could be good. So are you
good? Right. So that's like a struggle with that. And that happens with friendships. Like if I know I'm going to show up somewhere, like even if I feel like shit and I know I probably shouldn't go out for like my mental health or even physical health, like I got to show up for the person,
Being a man of your word.
Right. But yeah, like more for me than for them. But it's also because I'm like, because bro, if I even upset you in any type of way and you think negatively of me for a second, like it's going to sit with me really wrong.
Right.
But then other than that, it was the codependency. It's like for me to make a lot of the moves that I do, like whether it's dropping music, doing a rollout, stepping out here, even just getting out of my house, like it's a codependency with myself. I really have to like be aligned. If I'm off in any type of way, like that's when you see me go ghost. So it's kind of like it's a self-reliance too.
I've seen that twice.
I really got to tap in and go internal and be like, are we okay to do this? We're good, bro. All right, let's go ahead and step out. And it's like inner child work, to be honest. Yeah.
Do you really love me? If you knew all my flows, would you hold them? Wait. I'm not a rapper. I told you. Do you really love me? If you knew all of my flaws, would you hold them shits above me? This one hits deep for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like no matter how good you do for somebody, and know how matter good you do with them, whenever you can't do for them, or they don't need you no more, they find a way to cast your worst flaws to the world.
Right. That's when you figure out what the relationship really is. Right. When you're in that type of situation. So it's on that too. The same thing, like I said, with relationships and friendships is like, do you really love me? If you knew, you see me as one way. But if I told you things that I've done, things that I've been involved in, like, will you see me a different way, or would you accept me for that? But then it's the same thing, talking to a past version of myself that was innocent, that hadn't lost friendships, experienced infidelity in a relationship and so on, to where it's like, if you knew everything that you would become, right? Because we're not our mistakes, but you feel that way. You feel like you become that. I'm like, would you still accept me? Would you still love me? You feel me?
Deep. I try to walk a mile in your shoes, but I can't. The shirt you gave me off your back, I covered it with stains. Every picture that I paint, it's just a fuck.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I try to walk a mile in your shoes, but I can't. The shirt you gave me off your back, I covered it in stains. Every picture that I paint is just a poor reflection of your image that I taint. And that's me talking to that past version of myself. I try to walk a mile in your shoes, like, this is the task you gave me.
Right.
We're supposed to be this type of man, this type of person walking through this life, being perfect. You get what I'm saying? And I couldn't do it. I couldn't uphold it no more. The shirt you gave me off your back, kind of like the hand-me-down situation. It's like, the 8-year-old you passes it to the 10-year-old you and so on, and it got to me, and all I did was fuck your shirt up. Like in simpler terms, but as in like, this is the clean slate you gave me, and I stained it. Every picture that I paint is just a poor reflection of your image that I taint. So it's like every time, like, I have these moments where I have to admit my flaws, and I take not the risk, but I take the step of, like you said, being transparent. Like, I'm not trying to come off as some perfect rapper, some perfect artist. Like, I fucked up too. I'm a human. Mm-hmm. But every time I do that, there's still the bit of like, when you admit to your shame and to admit of mistakes and downfalls and things that you've done to the past version of yourself, that's what it is there,
That, bro, like, I made sure I emphasize these lyrics because you have to really sit and think, and if the common person's not listening to this kind of music, they're not paying attention to your delivery, and your delivery is deep, and it throws out so many different avenues of what it could be. Because like you said, the song could have came off as a relationship song.
Yeah, that's really where I thought it was gonna go, first 4 bars, and then as I kept writing, I was like, oh, you talking to yourself. and then I kind of continued. And honestly, I wrote it in a poem format.
Oh,
that's why.
So that's why I can't rap it.
No, but that's why it has the structure that it does, and it has the ability to be interpreted in any way. I haven't heard much feedback of like, yo, this made me think of my relationship, or this made me think of myself. I haven't heard the different interpretations, but I know it can be interpreted in different ways.
I got a self-reflection on it. Me personally, I got a self-reflection on it. I could see why you said it came off in a relationship type thing, but if you're smart and you listen to music,
it's a relationship.
You have a
relationship with yourself. You have integrity to uphold.
Talking all this game when you're really just afraid, when you only want acceptance to be free of all your shame.
That goes to the artistry shit. Like that goes to, as artists, like as much as we all tell ourselves like we can't seek external validation, there's still a cap, right? There's still a need and a desire to be accepted when you do put your art out. Like how I said, like bro, like I'm putting my shame, my guilt, my fear all out on the table. All I want to do is be accepted. So it's like you talking about this game, like you got songs like Pressure, or it made me even think of the last time I was here when, we were talking about the come up, and I'm here talking my shit, and it's like, yeah, bro, but like as much shit as you can talk on a track, you still got that inner child in you that's like, bro, like you just do want to be taken care of, and like, and that's really what it is. Like you talking on this game, but you really just afraid. You
still got vulnerabilities.
You still got vulnerability, bro, and that's I think that's what every artist wants to do. I think every artist just is looking for love, bro, when they put themselves out, because if you wear your heart on your sleeve, like as I do, especially like through my artistry, it hurts you not blowing up. It hurts you. You go through pain every single day as an artist until you make it, which you shouldn't. You should enjoy the process, but
it's part of the art,
bro. Imagine blowing up and you're just like, all right, bro, that's cool. That's all right. Like, bro, no, you're gonna be excited. You're gonna get exactly what you wanted, and you're gonna feel accepted.
I feel like I'm trying to think now that you said it. Like, what artist ever made it and just was like, yeah. I mean, I think like Jay-Z would be the closest one.
Maybe, but that's somebody like if so, like that's just somebody, because Jay is super confident. Like if you're super confident in yourself and you know you're gonna go, like that's dope. But nah, bro. Like I mean, I'm sure there's a moment behind the scenes where, bro, like
for sure
he was struggling. We
know
he was selling 444. Like
he opened up on his life. He was
vulnerability, and because he blew up actually at my age. I think he blew up 26, 27, right?
No, he
was rapping earlier. He was rapping earlier, but
didn't
his debut come out?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Blueprint 27, like 27, he was. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, he had Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt. I mean, the streets are watching. I mean, there was. I guess what do you want to call blowing up?
That's an excellent.
What do you want to call
in that situation?
Jay-Z corporate guy, Jay-Z rapper, or Jay-Z street guy?
Oh, that is Stacey.
Jay-Z has phases of him. Like he has layers.
I mean, I guess maybe going from street guy, like to saying like to industry, like just being like, bro, I got an album out and it's being well accepted.
It was before Blueprint, so I would say it's like Times of Sean Carter Volume 2, but even Reasonable Doubt is a classic still,
right?
Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Maybe going from like that to that.
I would say
I feel like there's a difference. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe I don't know. For me, I know I blow it tomorrow. I'm gonna sit in my room. I fucked up
and brought up Jay-Z.
I'm gonna sit in my room and cry. Like the minute that happens. I don't know about y'all. Y'all be acting real nonchalant.
Oh, dude, I made it.
Bro, don't get jaded to that shit, bro.
No,
I won't. Again, like I said earlier, bro, like I don't take any single step or phase of this shit for granted whatsoever.
Just to let y'all know, this shit looks professional, but we are sitting in Litty Willie's dining room.
We are.
Literally.
And this shit fire.
It's fire.
This shit fire than most of your shit. It is.
Any funny stories or any crazy stories from the track Making Afraid?
Nah, that was a pretty dark night. Yeah, bro. It was a pretty dark night. Yeah, bro. It was like probably like 1 a.m. or something like that when I got that shit off. But I mean, there's funny moments that happen when recording. Like if I fuck something up, I'm screaming, "Fuck." You stupid fuck, and then my girlfriend walks in like, "Are you okay?" There's negative self-talk in here.
She's super sweet, so
she's like, "You're all right," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." She's like, "You saying fuck a lot?" I was like, "I know, I'm fucking up. Just give me like 10 more minutes."
This fucking music thing.
Yeah, this music shit. This music shit's fucking me up right now.
Next track, we're gonna get into the elephant in the room.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's been hard for me to stomach some decisions that I've made. That's why I've been thinking about the kind of road I wanna pave. I remember being 21 and digging my own grave. When you bury every part of you, there's nothing to be saved. Gotta think about it and evaluate the cost. Cause lately I've been thinking that I'm really better off. I can only blame myself for every person that I've lost. But the people I keep close always say it's not my fault. Tell me, am I really wrong? Can you share your point of view? There's my side and their side, and then there's the truth. So who's the one that's telling it? When I step into the room, I can always see the elephant. The tension that's created is getting difficult to cut. If I'm really not the victim, they gon' surely call my bluff. Man, you think that after all this time I've surely had enough? Man, I think I've had enough. Yeah, I've been questioning my truth, I can't even lie. Always saying who's to blame and not accepting mine. I've been choking on my pride, hoping everything I want is really waiting on the other side. Yeah, I'm just praying they don't see all the flaws I got in me. All the times that I critique myself for being weak. All the times that I can't speak and I claim it as mystique. When they think I'm standing tall, I'm really down upon my knees. Kyle getting married, pretty soon I'll have a niece. I just wanna make them proud and be free of all my grief. Even though on most days I don't really have a choice. Man, I'm only making music cause it's louder than the noise. And the voices in my head every night before I sleep got me thinking I'm a sheep as I'm counting down the days. Thinking all the work that I avoid gonna get my ass in praise. Man, I hope I find a better way.
Definitely more hip hop than the last one.
Yeah.
Now that you told me the whole poem thing, I'm not gonna butcher these lyrics because
now you got the tempo.
Yeah. I guess this is just more hip hop, less poetic. Like I didn't think about it till you said it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
It's faded.
It had a whole different structure, and then I just recorded it to the music.
Right. I remember being 21 and digging up my own grave. When you bury every part of you, there's nothing else to be saved.
Mm-hmm.
What are you burying? What are you trying to save?
That's a crazy question. Man, when I wrote that, that's where it took me back. Cause let me make sure I get my timeline right. Yeah, bro. When I was 21, I was 21, turning 22 when I stayed in Lakeshore, and like a lot of shit happened. Like I had a fallout with like a 10+ year friendship. Like I had a fallout with my last relationship. I lost like several mutual friends and everything. I was really isolated for a long time. And when I say I remember being 21 and digging my own grave, it's like I felt like I was just making mistake after mistake, judging myself day in and day out, to where brother, that's like that's digging your grave. Like I wasn't fixing a lot of the issues that I should have been. And
within yourself or within your relationships?
Both. Like I mean, the friendship had to end for different reasons than the relationship did and whatnot, but it was more of like it could have been a situation of like it could have been a conversation, even if those relationships are to end,
right? Which
now in hindsight, like I'm fine with, like I'm okay with. Right. I've moved on in a sense, but I didn't go and like have a direct conversation. Like I'm not a person who really likes confrontation and stuff like that. You're digging your own grave. Like you continuously making mistakes, repeating certain actions, or the lack of action will fuck you up. When you bury every part of you, there's nothing to be saved. Like there was still good qualities of me at 20, 21, 22. And the thing is when we believe that we become our mistakes, we kind of just wash out that entire version of ourselves. Because even at that time though, like, I had just like picked up, a job, and I was working my ass off. I was getting hours. I was doing excellent. I was in my best shape physically. I was, remember that's like right after COVID. Like I'm running around Lakeshore every day. I'm meal prepping. I'm doing stuff. I'm up at 7. I'm taking care of my dog to the best that I can. I wasn't experiencing like there was still certain qualities, which matters a lot to me. If you got an animal, take care of your animal. Yeah. But there's still good qualities there. Mm. But I noticed that happened throughout my life. Like I used to play video games. I used to trick shot and all that type of shit. But when I started getting into working out, or getting into I went into college and shit like that. It's like I can't even play video games no more. I don't even have the tolerance for it, and I didn't know why. I was like, bro, I'll sit here and I watch Call of Duty clips on TikTok, on YouTube, but I can't play it. I can't pick up a controller. Like I can't. Maybe it's just because it's nostalgic and I want it to stay that way. But it's like you begin to lose parts of yourself when, bro, like you shouldn't. Like if it was me tomorrow and I meet the people who are in phase, I'm gonna geek out because that's like a little childhood thing. But I don't know why I won't pick up a controller. You get what I'm saying? Like that's just one example. But it's like as you go through phases in life, when you put pieces away of you, you tend to put that whole person away, and then that can then fuck you up mentally because it's like, damn, like so who am I now? And then you have to figure out that answer day by day.
So. No, that was a deep one. Sorry. No. It's good because it had got me thinking. It's like, so you as a person, do you feel as if in life you do go through phases, but when you go through these phases, you leave those things completely behind you, people as well?
Do you, like, generally speaking? Like,
no, you.
For people, me?
Rene.
Nah, I mean, man.
Because 10-year friendships and relationships are... multi-year relationships, these are things that are just not that easy to walk away.
Nah, they're not, and it wasn't easy. Like, to this day, I still have, like, thoughts of, like...
What should have, could have, would have.
Well, exactly, yeah. Right. And again, it's not to say I want those friendships and relationships
back. Right. It's just your mind thinking.
Right, it's just your mind thinking, though. Right. So, me personally, no, that's not the way I think. Okay. I thought those relationships would be forever. Gotcha. But I do think people are part of your phases in life. You get what I'm saying? Like 100%. I'm not as close with the people I grew up with playing at Harris Field anymore. Right. I may run into them, be like, yo, but like when I was 9, we were brothers. I'm 26, we not. And that's not a negative thing, but no, I don't think it's intentional for me to do that. Like who I got now, like I'm 3 years with my girl. Like I'm Gabe's been my homie for 3-4 years now going on. Quan, who lives in Texas, Xbox friend. Since 16. That's a 10-year friendship. Right, I was just on FaceTime on my way here talking to him. You know what I'm saying? So hold on to your relationships unless you shouldn't.
Everything changes and people listen, what's my biggest pill to swallow? My kids are gonna grow up one day.
And the dynamic could change?
It will.
It will change.
It's not good. It will.
Facts.
There's gonna be a day my kids are gonna leave this house.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be, they're gonna be. I was watching, the week before, the week after with Adam Sandler, how he has to give his daughter away.
No shit.
In the end, because she got married.
Ah.
So he's like, I don't know what he said. Something. Oh, it's because he was real emotional about. He didn't have no money to pay for the wedding, and the father-in-law was stupid rich and had the money.
No shit.
But he didn't want to let him pay for it no matter what, and it was all like a gimmicky, goofy wedding.
Right.
But he explained to me, he's like, you don't understand, this is the last thing I'm going to be able to do for her. So, long story short, though, it's like, people are going to, nobody,
I mean, I'll say that, too. Like, that whole dynamic happened, too. Like, me moving out of, like, my mom's crib. Even just me moving to my dad's house. Like,
yeah, I remember we talked about that.
And then I had a weird dynamic with my dad, which me and my dad's relationship got better as I got older.
Good.
For lack of better words, I feel like it sucks, like growing up, but like not even on his part, like even on mine.
It got better.
Just being a resentful child, you know what I'm saying? But like once I became an adult and we began having like real conversations, me and my dad's relationship is I mean, shout out to you, Dad.
There you go.
He got mad at my first interview with you. He's like, "Where's my shout out? You forgot where you come from?" But
all right. So on the other side of the coin, I'm 37. You're 27. My dad lives 2 buildings down from me. I spoke to him in 4 years.
That's crazy.
3 years.
See, that's crazy.
So it's like,
yeah, that dynamic will. Are you okay with that?
Am I okay with it? Of course not, because you want to have your father and your mother in your life. But I
Right.
took the stand to where he gave me an ultimatum, and it's either him or my mother, and I'm gonna pick my mother. And you're childish for saying that, so I'm okay with living that.
Yeah, that's a thing that you shouldn't do. I think my parents struggled co-parenting, and maybe that's
they did.
where,
but I'm
that's where
37. That was
that shouldn't be a thing at
that
this
doesn't,
point.
shouldn't
That shouldn't be a
exist.
thing at this point. Yeah, no.
Somebody tells you right
I
now,
agree with you.
your mother or me. What are you gonna say?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Mom's always gonna come first, bro.
Yeah.
Mom's
And she
always
know
gonna
that.
come.
She
She
know
knows
that
that.
too.
She knows that.
She know that too.
I can only blame myself for every person who I've lost, but the people that I kept close keep saying it's not my fault. Do you honestly believe at this point that it's not your fault that you've lost the people you lost in your life, or you're not there yet?
That's the stuff that I tell you comes to my mind every so often.
Got you.
Like that, like that's what I'm saying. Am I really wrong? Can you share your point of view? It's my side and their side, and then there's the truth.
Right.
Because with losing those friendships and relationships, there is two sides to it. And what kind of inspired the whole elephant in the room concept is like when you have a 10-year friendship and with how small Homestead is and everything like that, it's like you're gonna have mutual friends.
No matter what.
So it's when you walk into these rooms and you carry yourself in a regular manner, like, bro, like I haven't changed as a person, and you know that, but it's like, but you also know the other side of the coin and what that other story looks like. So my elephant in the room is like, what's your current perception of me every time I step into a room? Where I have, and even new friendships, it's where it's like, if I went into all these details, like, would you pick my side? Would you
Which
pick their
side would you pick?
And
right.
like, and times I've opened up and I shared, like, I've been told none of it's my fault. You get me? But I feel like where I take accountability is, like I said, like not being confrontational, not in a violent way, but
right.
just as it being like, I was super like quiet as a kid. Like I told you, I've walked on eggshells like my entire life with a lot of topics. People pleaser. So it's like it was easier for me, which in hindsight probably wasn't because it hurt the whole time.
Right.
But just dipping, and like I feel like that wasn't very mature of me either.
You were using the Band-Aid effect. You were just putting the Band-Aid on.
Right, like every day, and I was like, all right, like I'm gonna just go over here. I'm gonna go over here, and so like that's where that comes up. So there's times I know I'm not wrong, but in terms of the actual context of like said stories, but I know what my faults are in that situation too. You get what I'm saying?
Good.
But that's why there's a conflicting record that we just listened to. You get me?
It's so we're a decade apart from each other in like growing up things. So I would say that it's a little bit easier for me because I do understand in your 20s there's gonna be a time in this small town where you're gonna have to be in the same room with people. But I didn't really. No, I didn't. I never really lost somebody close to me in my 20s. But in my 30s, I did. I mean, ex-wife, friends, everything.
Right.
But I was already at an age where I never had to be in the same room as them. Like, we would never cross paths. Maybe in a Walmart or something. But even then, still.
No.
Yeah, no.
Right.
You pick and choose. And then I'm a dad. And then I got a job. So, but I understand. Because in my 20s, I did have a lot of people that I mingled with more.
No, I feel like that's... But like how we said, like, how certain people get left in certain phases of your life, I believe that is kind of like just what happens. You hold on to the friendships that work, and then the ones that don't like happen. Like, and the thing is, like, those mutual friends, like, it's still all love. Every time I see every single one of them, like, I give them a hug, we chop it up, and like, I know it's love between us. You know what I'm saying? Like, our relationship isn't affected by it,
right? But
it's always like a thought in the back of my mind. You get what I'm saying?
Of course. I read a quote the other day that said, and this goes into that. We don't got a beef just because we outgrew each other. We're just not friends no more. We're from an urban society, or we were raised urban,
right,
whatever you want to call it. And in the urban culture, if you stop talking with somebody, it always has to be negative and it has to be beef.
Right.
When in reality, we outgrew each other.
Right.
It's okay. Like, me and you can say, you know what, hey, we don't have the same ideologies no more. We don't on the same time. We can
move states or some shit like that.
Yeah,
and I get you.
Dude, I can have a friend that goes full Muslim. Stops eating pork, doesn't drink. doesn't do anything.
Be a whole different person.
Right, and I'm not
pop
gonna
out no more, and you're not gonna fault him for it.
I'm not gonna fault him for it. I'm not gonna. Oh, he's a piece of shit for converting to Muslim. Like, no, we outgrew each other, and it's just ideologies. As you get older, dude, you just don't have time for shit.
I mean, right? I mean, that's how I feel about it. That like, I don't have a beef. I don't
no
have.
Beefs.
No,
Good.
I don't have any. I don't see it. I don't see it as hostility. Will I say there was zero tension? Hell no, there was tension.
That's normal.
You get what I'm
normal.
saying? But like, I don't think I'm
just talking in general terms too. I don't want this to get into a
thing. Yeah, but like, nah, like, but I agree with that too. It's like, bro, like if certain relationships fizzle, like, bro, that's okay. Like, I'll never hate you. There's people I don't talk to in years. I had to explain this concept to my brother. I'm like, bro, there's people like they got my phone number, they got my Instagram, they got whatever. We don't speak.
All right.
But I see him across the gym. Dap him up, give him a hug. How you doing? Great, awesome. I'll see you in 8 more months.
And vice versa for you weirdos that watch stories and watch and like shit, but then you see me in real life and you ain't got nothing to say, or you don't comment on it. You're just watching stories, those kind of people.
I mean, I got story watchers.
Dude, it's crazy.
I don't pay attention to.
But it's crazy, dude. I got like 3. I'm telling you, bro. We don't talk.
They watching right now.
We don't. And I can tell you 1 that we used to talk, and then 2 that I don't know them.
Right.
But bro, I can take a picture of this can right now, and in 2.2 seconds,
they gonna watch it.
They seen it, bro. It's weird to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm older. Is that weird?
No, that's not.
If you're not engaged,
I mean, there's an algorithmic thing. Like it's like, bro, if you start swiping like your stories, you'll see people like, damn, bro, I ain't watch your shit in like a year.
Oh yeah, I know that.
So the people you watch most are gonna pop up. So that's normal, like normal as an.
But why are you watching me so much if you're not engaging with me?
Yeah,
you're not
then
texting
it's
me. People, you got my phone number. You got, you know where I live and everything. But
then it's a little strange. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro,
you watching?
Why though? Like, just
not
say hello or like
a little something, you know?
Or comment. Even like, listen. So here, they'll watch my story. They won't say nothing. They won't engage. But then, I'm not gonna say somebody, but let's say like you're my brother or you're my friend or something and then you post something, and they'll put a comment on your shit.
Oh, like in the same hour type shit.
Yeah, it's like, bro, is that sus a little bit?
It's a little weird.
Okay,
it can be perceived as a little weird.
Okay,
you're not tripping. I know everybody's a little different, but you're not tripping. You're not.
I'm not tripped.
I perceive it a little weird too.
It's weird, bro.
I perceive it a little weird too.
I guess the way I vocalize my opinion sometimes too comes off as like I'm angry. I'm like, bro, it's just
strange to me. It's just strange to me. Like, why are we doing that?
I grew up from an era where we were like, bro, if I don't know you, or if I don't fuck with you, I'm not gonna have nothing.
I'm gonna let it be known.
With you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it be known.
No, not even. Like, I'm just not gonna watch you. I'm not gonna. You know, there's another one. This is another weird situation where, let's say me and you are friends.
All right.
We are friends.
Yeah.
But let's say you got 3 other friends and I got 3 other friends.
Okay.
Everybody knows each other.
Okay.
Everybody. But there's this one guy that knows you and all my friends and all your friends.
The one mutual.
Right.
Okay.
But he says what's up to everybody, but he never talks to me. He never engages with me. That means you got something against me. Or you just...
Yeah, that's weird. Like, if you go into a room full of people and you don't... Like how I said, like, bro, like, I grew up Sicilian. We got to go say hi to everybody.
Right.
If you walk into a room and you don't... You just said hi to 8 people and you don't say hi to the 9th one.
Not that I care. I'm just saying, where's that weirdness?
Why.
Yeah, where's that weirdness?
What do you have against me?
Right.
Bro, and if you want to be honest, just be honest. Or
right.
Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, some people are just strange.
Just weird. Yeah, and you know, I've now, being a 37-year-old man, I've realized that not everything's for everybody. Not everybody's for everybody. I know what kind of character I am. So sometimes I say to and I'm not a character like I'm fake, but I know who I am. Yeah. So I know sometimes I don't rub people the wrong way, and I'm like, okay, you know, maybe he just don't know me, he don't understand me, and that's or she don't know me, she don't. And this is going back to the artist.
They may see you from afar and not really be like, you get what I'm saying?
And this
like the
goes
same
back
way, like
to
you
the
said,
artist.
bro, like somebody else who's rowdy, you be like, bro, what you doing too much? And you be like, hey, maybe I am doing too much. Not that you are, like
right,
you know your character, but to somebody else,
correct?
They can look away.
And that goes back to the artist part of what we do,
right?
Because sometimes you want to say, bro, you fucking with that, and that shit is lame as fuck, and everybody knows it. And I got this, and you ain't fucking with this. Why?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Because you know you good.
Because I see that happens. Yeah.
You know you good. And you may know
for a while I didn't.
But now, let's say now.
Now,
no.
My shit's
now
dope.
you know
My shit's
you
dope.
good. And you know you've seen or witnessed people that know you or know somebody that knows you. And they're supporting some shit that you know and they know is trash. But they're not supporting you.
Yeah, that's when it gets a little weird.
See,
like the whole thing, like you've been doing it lately, where you post, you're like, yo, support your friends more than a random celebrity, and people will really do that. And I think it's and for me, like, I'll be honest, it doesn't rub me the wrong way, because I also know that, like, bro, like, most of my friend group don't listen to my type of music, and that's a-okay with me. Mm-hmm. Some of them do, but some of them don't, and that's fine with me, because I know, like,
supporting and listening are two different things, bro.
They are, but I don't get mad at them sharing their favorite artists, because I share my favorite artists all the time too. But I still go back and support who I support. You get what I'm saying? So it used to bother me, but then that's when I got to that watching situation where I was like, did you share my shit? 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 And that's fucking weird. Right. So it really doesn't do nothing to me no more. But I do find it strange where I'm like,
well, why are we supporting people?
That's what we supporting?
That not, like, I get it. Like, you like something.
Now, no.
And I guess we're in the industry too, so we see it differently.
If it's quality too, I'm really not mad. I'm gonna be everybody shared Kendrick. You think I was like, how dare you share Kendrick and not me?
I didn't.
That's Kendrick.
That shit was
no, but
not like us. I did not repost it.
I'm not saying that song in particular, but I'm just giving an example. Yeah. Kendrick dropping an album tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be mad if 50 of my friends post it and they don't post mine. I'm like, that's Kendrick Lamar if it's quality.
But other shit.
Now, if I catch you posting
other shit,
I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, you gotta give my shit a story post. You might have to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hunt you down for it, but I'm gonna be like, so.
Do we sound soft talking like this, or is this because?
No, bro, because some of y'all be posting whack shit. And it's not even people that I know. It's not, like, a lot of my friends don't post no whack shit. But the shit I see going on Twitter, on Threads, all type of shit is the shit TikTok. That I feel is really fucking up the community, because it's like, how do you not know you sharing ass? Not butt cheeks, bro. Ass, just hot ass.
They don't know. No, they don't know. That's the thing.
And
they don't know.
That's where it's subjective. That's where it's subjective. And like, bro, like that. If that's what you like, bro, that's what you like. Sure, I get it, but it's like, I found this thing, like, there is such a thing as duality, and people think there isn't. Like, just because you find, bro, I had so many people during the beef that I was watching, like the Kendrick and Drake bullshit, that they're a Drake fan. And because they're a Drake fan, they're openly saying that Kendrick Lamar is trash. And I'm like, you're an idiot.
That's the same thing with politics. How many people split up homes because...
Right. But vice versa. Like, just because you support Kendrick doesn't mean you got to say Drake is trash. Like, no. It didn't make sense to me. So there is duality. So it's like, for a person who likes Playboi Carti, that shit's ass. I'm sorry. You like him, but just because you like him doesn't mean you can go and say that, I don't fucking know, Denzel Curry is ass. It's right, like, bro, what are we? Yeah. How? Yeah. How is that your metric for good, and this isn't considered better, or at least good? You calling this ass? It doesn't make sense to me. J. Cole corny, J. Cole this, J. Cole that, and I'm like, growing up, that's all you heard, and I was like, so why he top 5? Why he top 3? Why he up there?
Well, I mean, we're gonna get deep. We're gonna move away from the EP with this shit. You gotta come back on a Matic Monday and discuss this shit.
But that's the real shit. It's like, I don't know why we're endorsing bullshit.
Right. Well, I want to go. I want to dumb that down even just less. Like, just support your friends the same way you would support something that you like that you're never gonna meet.
Right. I think in that facet, at like bare bones it, yeah, bro. Like, if you're willing to share,
it's free to subscribe, bro.
Go share a friend.
It's literally like
free to subscribe. It's free to like.
It's
free
literally
to comment.
free just to press the subscribe button.
Even if it's just a comment, put a little 2 fire little emojis. Just let me know you're there.
A like.
You might
dislike. Fuck it. Bring me the algorithm.
Bring me the dislike.
Dislike the video, bro.
Thumbs this shit down.
Dislike it.
Thumbs this shit down.
Bro, I don't know. We're good. Like I said, another episode, another thing. I've been choking on my pride, hoping everything I really wanted on the other side. When do you feel you're choking at your pride the most?
In the situations where, like, I gotta be the bigger person, because it's like you could definitely get angry at something, you can get frustrated at something, but it does take a lot for you to swallow your pride, I say choking on my pride because that can be difficult at times. Like you really have to. That can take days. That can take weeks. That could take months. That could take years of practice to really say I'm gonna just be the bigger person in the situation, and I'm not gonna bite my tongue, but I'm not gonna address that because that's not the route I choose to take in life.
You're like dead smack in the middle of both scenarios.
Right, and that was the thing. Like I'm hoping that for the bigger picture, bro, I'm making the right decision. So most people would crash out in certain situations, but like I'm gonna do the honorable thing, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna let that live.
But that also makes you a gentleman's gentleman. That's what makes you the intelligent young man and the great young man you are. Honestly, like
thank you.
Thank you. I've suffered. Listen, I tell people this, and it's like I said, it's always good to sit next to people that are just. It doesn't matter your age, your creed, your knowledge. When I see that you are just a humble gentleman, it plays a lot because I wasn't taught that, and maybe you weren't even taught it, but you learned it earlier than me, and you applied it earlier than me. But just being able, like I tell people this all the time, I didn't become a man to 30.
Right.
I didn't become a man. I was very, I had a lot of responsibility on my neck. Like if you see me outside of my podcast in the real world, they'd be like, I ain't sure.
Damn, bro, like what you
on?
Person. Yeah.
But I didn't become a man to 30. I didn't know what it was to be a real man to 30. So
like as a secure in yourself.
Secure, respectful,
knowing who you are,
honorable, right? Just being a brought out gentleman. Like you're not
holding yourself to a certain standard.
Accountabilities, bro. Accountability. Yeah. So I applaud young people when I see the things that took me a longer time to do. You know, I'm not scared to say you're younger than me and you did better than me. I'm not scared. I'm not that OG.
Yeah, some people be crazy like that.
No.
But I think it's what you said. Maybe I applied it earlier. Like I tried reading all the self-help books and practicing the meditations and doing stuff really early on. So when it came to situations of accountability, of responsibility, and knowing I fucked up, and knowing like I've always been mindful of karma, and not like what goes around comes around, but like kind of like the Sadhguru definition, which is like, or in the kind of literal sense when you look it up, a lot of people think it's what goes around comes around, but it's more of like your current step is going to reflect in your next step.
Action reaction.
Exactly.
That's what I learned.
Right. Exactly. So it's like when you're at a crossroads, it's like you have to make a choice, and I think maybe I just applied it because honestly, bro, I was very impatient. Bro, like you can ask my girl, I don't raise my voice. I don't. And if she raised her voice, I just look at her and I'm like, why are we raising our voice? Like, but it's not with her. It's with other people. Like, and my mom used to do it. My mom, shout out to mom. You've made a lot of progress. I love you.
Love moms.
I love you too, Dad. But she's made a lot of progress. Like, my mom was very quick to raise her voice, and I would do the same thing. It wasn't until I started doing certain shit and then realizing, I'm like, did I just raise my voice? Did I just get loud? And I stepped back. So she'll start getting loud. I'm like, why are we getting loud?
Dope.
I'm like, we're just at a disagreement. That's okay. And now my mom is like way more like just and she'll try to deliver the message as best as she can.
You set a trend and, you did something. That's why I say, I guess for an older person to see that the younger person is doing it, it kind of gives you that motive to like, bro. And if she was screaming all the time and then you're pointing it out and you're like, hey,
why?
Right, and she's older, but she's now seeing it. I think, like I said, giving you your respect of knowing what you know, and doing what you do.
But she taught me that too, like just applying lessons that I've learned. She really taught, and then my dad too. Like my dad's made a whole lot of progress as a man. Like we've sat down, I had conversations, and like, cause mind you, my parents split when I was 1.
Yeah.
I didn't see a 2-parent household. Right. I grew up into like co-parenting right out the gate. Right. But we've been driving around and my dad's been like just randomly like, you know I was young and stupid, right? you know I was like 22 when I had you. And I was like, yeah, I know. He's like, all right, I just wanted you. I was like, dude, I love you. You're good. But my dad had to do a lot of growing as a man.
Self-reflection.
Hell yeah, and like bro, my dad just turned 49.
Oh.
And you know we didn't start having like great conversations until he got into his 40s and stuff like that. And you know my dad's been able to grow his business and grow his finances and things like that, so where like he does look at life from a real bird's eye view and has been able to teach me that stuff. To where I've been like, yo, I'm conflicted with this. What does this look like? And he's been like, how do you feel? How do you think you should move? What is this? And he'll just kind of just help me navigate like that. You get what I'm saying?
Shout out to Pops.
Yeah.
Question, real quick. You don't have to make it long. How does it feel about your music?
No, he really fucking supports it.
Okay,
Yeah. Like he's probably gonna watch it. He watched the first one. Like he's really into it. He likes every video. He comments on every video and stuff. So he's real tapped in. He's seen me start it from the jump, and he'll come around and he'll tell me what, like his grievances, and he'll be like, I think you could have done that hook better. And I was like, next time. So I know he's actually listening. Yeah. I think he's more. I'm sorry, you said not to make it long.
No, you're good. You're good.
I think he's more receptive to it now.
Good.
Because he's in the position now to where like he grew and built a business for himself from the ground up.
Right.
And he understands that, like, because before he used to be like, bro, go to school, make this
grind.
happen.
He understands the grind.
And he was like, but he was telling me to take a secure route. But until he jumped out the plane, no parachute, and made it, he was like, yo, just jump out the plane. Just take the risk, do the whatever. So now that he sees it, he's like, bro, same thing. He's like, I've seen so many ass people make it, bro. You're good. And he's told me, he's like, honestly, he's like, I believe with the quality that you do it, the frequency you put it out. My dad told me, he's like, bro, it's only a matter of time, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Pops. One last one on this track. Family. Did Kyle already have the baby, and did you get a niece yet?
Okay, no.
Okay.
So no. But Kyle did get married. Kyle did get married. Like, Kyle getting married pretty soon. I have a niece. That was just my. I not take credit for his relationship, but I remember when he started dating like his now wife. He was being young. He's like, man, like we still going out, we still doing stuff, and like he kind of let the relationship like separate a little bit. And then she walked into his store again like a month later, because I told him, he came to my house and he's like, bro, I think I fucked up. He's like, I think that girl was the one, and I think I just was stupid. And I was like, and I told him, I said, bro, like now that you know that, bro, I told him, I said, if she walks into your life again,
take her.
Don't hesitate.
Make it happen.
He called me. He's like, bro, she walked in my store. Bro, I mean a week later.
So why'd you say niece if he hasn't had a baby? You want him to have a girl?
It was more of a manifestation of like, I know one day he's going to have a child. That's my brother. I've known Kyle since kindergarten. Okay. Like, that's my brother.
But you want him to have a girl?
Honestly, bro, it worked with the bars. Like, I just want.
It's gonna be creepy.
I just want to make them. It's gonna be creepy if I do it. I'm like, I did it 2 times. But yeah, it honestly went with kind of just with the bars. Like, I just want to make them proud and be free of all my grief. And then I had the other lines like, when they think I'm standing tall, I'm really down upon my knees. You know what I'm saying? So it honestly
worked,
made sense for the rhyme.
You could have said anything,
but it was more of like, bro, like, I know one day, like, my brother's going to have a child, like, this time is going to pass, and he's somebody, I tell him all the time, like, he's one of my biggest inspirations in this shit. Dope. He don't do no music or nothing, but the way he carries himself as a man, even us being only a couple months apart, essentially, like, age-wise, just the way he carries himself, the resilience he's had, he's hit so many roadblocks, like, finding his career now, and, now buying a home, getting married. He just moved to Orlando. He don't even live here no more. Cool. He's done so much, and I'm like, bro, like you, Jay, and then him were like the first 3 people. I said, not even you 2 first. I said, yo, Kyle, it's done. It's submitted. I want you to listen to this. He's the first one to get to listen to all my stuff. And
shout out to Kyle.
He supports like the shit out of me. So
hey, Kyle, when your daughter gets born, it's gonna be creepy, and then Kyle's daughter's gonna be watching this 20 years from now and be like, damn,
I called it.
So we're on the last song, Empty Pockets. Let's get it. Let's listen. Yes, let's dissect it. Let's do all that good shit.
I think first we should turn the speaker on. I was like, how'd you turn that on? It might connect to me right away.
It's gonna connect right away.
There we go. Put it at the same volume. About right there.
Yeah. All right. Let me try to maintain the tone right here. Yeah. I've been cruising down Canal Drive, thinking about my life. Maybe I should give it up, maybe they were right. I mean, after all this time, don't you think I see the light? But the end of the tunnel be getting farther every night. I've been happy with my new girl, happy with my new friends, but somehow I can't tie up all my loose ends. Thinking about my past and mistakes that I made, even though I like to think that I'm a better man today. Now I'm pulling up to Joe's crib to have a conversation, smoking by the lake just to help the ventilation. He let me speak my mind, I was grateful for his patience. Told me as a man that I gotta build my reputation. I got way too many people watching to try to turn around as if I really got another option. Like I wasn't walking campus with those empty pockets, trying to give advice to Cammy like I didn't have a heavy conscience. I was really torn apart, trying to make it as an artist, really leave a hole inside your heart. Looking for the answers, trying to find them in the dark. I've been lost for some years, trying to find a place to start. I be saying that I'm fine, but I know I'm in the now. Maybe maybe that's the reason why I find it hard to smile. Like I'm really not deserving of the joy that I feel after hurting all the people who just saw me as a shield. I can't even let my tears flow. I be holding on so tight when I need to let my fears go. Always getting in the way of all the greatness that they see. When I look inside the mirror, all I really see is me. Disappointed in my actions, in the way I let it slide. Letting other people call the shots one too many times. Let them rob me of my pride and my confidence. I can't even say thank you when I'm giving any compliments. I gotta keep on moving forward, following the signs. Navigating down this road with nobody by my side. Man, I know I got my people, but they'll never understand. Every time I paint the picture, I'm just praying that they can. Yeah.
This is like my top for me. This is me personally. I'll get into that, but let's go to the lyrics. Happy with my new girl, happy with my new friends, but somehow I can't tie up my loose ends. Thinking about my past and the mistakes that I made, even though I like to think I'm a better man today. Told you I could make this shit rap if I. It's a rap
you
song.
got it. You got it.
What are the loose ends you're referring to?
The kind of like the loose ends of myself, bro. Like I have a whole entire new set of friends. I'm in a completely different relationship. I'm in a whole different space of life, but I keep trying to put together pieces of myself to find the reason why I'm deserving of it. And like that's inspired from moments of literally just like me dissociating at like a group function in the crib, that I'm like, life is so different than what it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. I'm seeing entirely new faces that I love and that they're all close to me, and like that's my family. But it's like, am I deserving of it? Like how I said, like even though I like to think I'm a better man today, it's like I know like I'm not the same person, and I know I don't live in those mistakes. I'm not my mistakes, but it's kind of like you question if you belong in the room, you know? You question if you're deserving of the friendships and the familiar bonds that you have.
You're coping better though with a lot of these.
For sure.
Okay.
I
see it.
For sure. No, I mean my friends give me a lot of reassurance.
Right.
You know, like their family, like they sharing my music, they tapping in like when they hear something, and if I like the main topic of you know, the song, like going to Joe's crib to have a conversation, I know I could do that anytime. You know? That's
why I said, like, I was like last year, maybe not, like 6 or 8 months ago, I just randomly texted you because I haven't heard or seen from you. I'm like, bro, hope you good. Make sure you get on your shit.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah. Nah, because, you know, we all go through this shit, bro. I mean,
sure.
This is life,
For
you know? I posted it today where I put, you know, life is a game. You know, you either play it or you let it play you.
Yeah.
You know, life is gonna continue though. I call it a game because life don't stop.
Right now, you gonna keep leveling up, and even if you feel like you don't, like you still going through the same. You going through the course.
That bitch is still that cinematic reel is still like I'm not a person that thinks about death because we all live to die to live, but I could die tomorrow. Everybody's gonna be heartbroken, but you're still gonna do your music.
Yeah,
you're still gonna do your thing. You're still gonna wake up. You're still gonna go to work.
People gonna grieve for sure, but it's like
it ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, because of like life gonna move. But I think about the clip you had with Matic a lot. Shout out to Matic. Where you say like nobody really posts like the bad games. Like everybody is posting the highlights. Like that's why they're called reels. You get what I'm saying? But it's that you'd be like, maybe the way you gauge it was, and maybe it's because I hadn't reached out at a certain time, but you're like, I ain't see no highlight reels.
Oh yeah.
Is he doing okay?
Right.
Like, again, like not a lot of people are gonna post, like you said, like not a lot of people are gonna post the reel, and that's what happens.
Right.
Like, I get that imposter syndrome that I'm like, if I don't have a hand to show, I'm not gonna show up at all, and like that could be detrimental. It's like, nah, bro, play during the bad games. Find ways to like to share yourself, even if it's in a negative light. Like just sharing yourself, putting yourself out there.
I like social media, but I hate it at the same time. I like it because
100%.
It's an outlet where I can connect with people that are like me, that are real.
It makes so many more things possible.
Right, but I hate it because it's tearing people apart. It's destroying humanity in some sort of way. I'm not a believer that the world's gonna end because
it's not even destroying. Yeah, it's not even destroying relationships like that. It's like it's just destroying.
Desensifying. Is that a word?
Desensitizing.
Desensitizing. Sorry.
Right. It's fucking people up as individuals.
Yeah.
It's making us feel like we have to perform.
Why can't you post a bad day the same way you post a good day? Why can't you?
I wouldn't know what to post. Because my thing is like when I have my bad days, like I'm off my phone.
Right.
So that's the thing. It's like what do I share? Like sometimes I may pop in. Maybe I'll just go like share one of my previous posts or some shit like that. But I don't know what sharing a bad day looks like. Maybe it's on.
But you don't only post good. You post you. You are.
I post me.
Yeah.
Technically, none of these songs are a good day.
Right,
they're not.
Right,
you get what I'm saying?
But you don't only post your vacations. You don't only post restaurants. Right. You don't only post.
I'll post me in my room. Like it's like being having a regular day, or like I'll post that.
I may not know that. Okay, I may not know that you're depressed, but you'll take a picture of yourself depressed. You won't. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying.
You're real. Maybe you won't say that you're depressed, but you're not scared to take a picture.
You'll probably find me posting on a bad day.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You'll find me posting on a bad day, but not many people post the bad shit itself.
That's what aggravates me.
Right, but the way I see it too is like, what do I share? Like, I mean, if I take an L of some sort, I may share it.
Well, you ain't gotta say I got evicted, but you're like, fucked up day today.
Right, but sometimes my day is just like, bro, sometimes it don't even be fucked up. Work don't be bad. I don't get bothered by a particular type of customer.
You don't post that either.
But I don't post that either. But like, I'm also right. But but I don't think I'm not posting because it's not because I have nothing good to post. It's more of like,
just don't want to post.
I don't want to post. But here's the thing, like I'm the same way with social media. I think it's an amazing tool. I think it's the reason that any of us have a shot at blowing up. You know, I don't have to blow up in my hometown for me to be famous. Facts. But at the same time, it's like it is a draining outlet. It is performative. Daunting. You do have to have a high level of consistency to go. In most cases, right? Unless your product is that good, and I call it product because that's what people see it
or
as. Or unique, right? To where you can be the ambiguous, mysterious motherfucker who posts once a year and it works, right? But in most cases, that's not it. There's a lot of work that you got to put into this shit. And it is difficult to post what a bad day looks like because you also don't want to be perceived in that way. But for me, it's more of like, bro, I've taken social media breaks. Yeah. I've deleted apps off my phone 3, 4, 5, 6 months at a time. There's
phones that have that, you know that, right?
Yeah, where I just don't have nothing on it.
I don't have nothing. Not a flip phone. There's just it's a phone that only does calculator, phone, and messaging.
Exactly. That's what Kendrick Lamar has. Kendrick has that, but it has an MP3 app, so he can still listen to music.
Yeah,
but he won't be on.
Right.
Which I agree with, but that's the thing. If I'm having a bad day, it's not that I don't want to share the fact that I'm having a bad day. So I don't want to share it all. I don't want to be in this space because this space still isn't going to nurture me as well.
Fair enough. And I guess my frustration points to like cookie cutter and fake people.
Yeah, when it's like, bro, like.
I know you're not that happy in life. I know that.
When something feels performative, and that's what I'm really trying to steer away from. You get what I'm saying? Like, which I don't think I do at all. I don't think my shit feels or looks
that's what I said. I can see.
But you could see people being performative.
Not even intentionally. Like, I see people
intentionally too.
Intentionally and not intentionally. Because, look, I can tell you that there's some people with social media that they have no intent to become famous. They're no intention. But they want to project themselves to the world as if they're happy and they're 100%. Yeah.
On the off chance that maybe it does work.
No, I think it's just to complete their own. Like somebody to say, that looks cool, you're the man, you're back, or you're in love again. Like,
as in, like, and forgive me if I'm mistranslating, but as in, like, they have no intention of being famous, but they feel this strange necessity to make a post look a certain way because it's via social media.
Right.
And that's when it's strange.
Or validity or validity?
For validity.
Validity, right.
Right. But sorry, no, bro, you're good. I struggle to say that. Sure enough.
I didn't go to college.
I'm halfway, 3/4 through it, and I still suck. But it's but that's what social media is curated. That like, but I see it too, like to where it's like, yeah, you have no intention of being the content creator, the artist, the this and that. but you post in a certain fashion because you feel the need to, because social media has a certain look, and like you said, nobody posts the bad days, so they have to make them picking up a smoothie up at Smoothie King look like a major event, and
they negative in their bank account when they just bought that shit.
Yeah, and
they just went negative.
They just went negative buying that shit. You got it, bro. And then here's the thing: you doing all this glamorous shit, and you just finna get in the car, and you just gonna sip that shit,
and
then
go home
and go take a nap. It's like it'd be a regular ass thing that they're blowing out of proportion, which is
you're making my head even hurt more because now I'm seeing that people are doing this shit. You have no intention to be famous.
They're performing because they feel the need.
If you had intentions to become famous,
cool. Bruh, I actually admire people. Like, that's really why I need a new phone, because my phone all fucked up. I got a speaker not working. I got my camera.
What amazing artist. That shit don't matter right.
Bro, mixing and mastering this shit was terrible, bro. I have one speaker working on my phone. 2 of my speakers went out in my car. My back speakers sound like shit. I don't even know how I finished it. But,
so when you hear your music on high def audio, you're like,
yeah, I'm like, bro, I had to test my music on so many different things to make sure it was right. I gotta go get one of these too. Just
I got Sonos in the house here, so next time we'll come blasting these.
Oh, hell yeah, here, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we went mad left. Sorry.
But it's like, bro, like I like the little photo dump pictures. Like, I'm very conditioned to, like, bro, maybe I am a little performative. Certain things has to look a certain way. Like, I think it's more of me being a perfectionist. But I admire when people just, like, are able to just, like, take random flicks of shit and just post it. No caption, none of that. And it's like, bro, like, you just sharing it as a regular thing. Yeah. You're not making it you're not putting a bow and a ribbon and a tie on it because it doesn't need to be.
I think I could come off like that, too, because my grandparents. I got my great-grandmother and my grandma. I just posted them the other day. And there was no intention. Like, I do a podcast. So there's no intention to go viral with
that.
Yeah, but it was just a meaningful moment in my heart.
Right. But when things have meaning, you want it to look a certain way. Right. Not a certain way, but as in, like,
that's what I'm trying to turn into you.
I'm delivering
because you're posting those photos.
Yeah, I'm delivering.
Right,
you get me?
Right.
But I also enjoy, like, bro, like the regular shit. Like, bro, I haven't, like, bro, I remember I used to take little selfie videos, just like talking bullshit and talking about artistry and talking about shit, and like I've stopped myself from doing it because I'm like
too critical.
I'm too critical of myself, and like that's the problem. That's the social media conditioning. Yeah. So maybe I am being performative sometimes.
No, I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't call it because you know what? You're still a real
I'm
person
not trying to dance.
No, yeah, you're real hurt. Your heart, I guess, because I know you, and I guess it's kind of biased.
Right. I think it's probably more the people pleasing thing. It's probably more of that than it is trying to perform. You get me?
Yeah.
It's more of a like this has to look perfect for me, for my sanity, rather than
If you could erase one major mistake in your life, what would it be?
Oh fuck!
And how do you think your life would be different? Since we're talking about mistakes on this track.
Ooh, that's crazy, bro.
There's a lot of people like to
taking me to therapy.
Well, a lot of people like to say, "I don't regret nothing." That's bullshit, bro.
I mean,
you may feel bad for a mistake.
I think in hindsight, I don't have regrets.
But you feel bad for a mistake?
Because bro, I'm a human. I'm gonna grieve. I'm gonna have remorse. I'm gonna experience shame. I'm gonna experience guilt. I empathize with people. I'm still gonna experience all those things. I think in hindsight, though, like, bro, I'm still as much as I still know that I struggle, bro. I'm also very happy with where I'm at. I'm blessed to be in the situation. I'm blessed to be alive. There's people who don't make it to my age, and that's a fact. So, do I still battle with past stuff? Sure. Do I regret it? No. I think if I could change one thing, like on some, like, again, healing inner child shit, it would just be, bro, like, not to be confrontational, but to be okay having my own opinion and to disagree and not be as much of a people pleaser and speak what's really on my mind, because the position I'm in now, I could have been in years ago. Because now I'm at the point where I'm content with who I am as a person. I'm content with my decisions. I'm content with my opinions, and I'm not fearful of the judgment of that. So if I could change one thing, it wouldn't be a specific event. It would be a quality. Saying no more. You get what I'm saying? No more to myself, to other people, to a whole bunch of shit. You get what I'm saying?
And it's a good thing because you're changing it.
I'm changing. I'm working on it.
You're not stuck there.
I still feel like I say yes too damn much, or I'll give like a half-ass no, like a damn bruh. But if I, and that happens. But it's like, but it's I'm working on it. You know?
I never got that from you. Well, no, what? I did get it from you. I'm lying. I got it from you. You know how?
My bad.
No, it wasn't intentional. I know why. Because I know you. When you want to get an interview. And instead of me just telling me, yo, I'm doing this. When I'm done, we got it. We always like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah. But it's good. But that was you giving me the push that I needed. Right. It was like I didn't want to say no. Right. But I'm gonna be honest. It's a mix between two things. It's kind of like that imposter syndrome, and it's also, I'm gonna say it's like an imposter syndrome thing. I feel like if I don't have, again, like a hand to show or enough to show that I don't deserve to be in a certain position, I feel like I haven't been here in months. I could pull up at any day. I know I can call you and do it, but if I feel like if I have nothing to show, I'm not worthy of it. Yeah. And that's a negative flaw. When it's like, bro, like we're up here just having a conversation, but part of me feels like I need to have something to show, and that's why I've told Matic that too. I'm like, sometimes like I put off the studio or I put off sending stuff because I'm like, it's either not ready, not perfect, or I don't have none right now, and that'll put you in a bad situation. So I never want to say no. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, I think I was more nervous being on your platform last year because while I did have a catalog of music, I knew in recent time I'm like, I've only released like two songs this year,
and no media training.
Right?
Either,
I'm like, should I be here? And I question my position, and then that's what'll fuck me up. So it's never that I want to say no. That's gonna happen again in the future.
Oh, I already know.
I'm gonna go through that cycle again.
I've been telling Matt.
But see how I hit you up as soon as I feel like I was ready.
Yo, no, you told me.
It's like it's
Make
that
it
thing. It's looking eternal. Like, we okay with this? Are we ready? Are we got this? All right, let's do it.
Well, just for the note and just to say it on record, bro. Even if you want to just come and shoot the shit on music, you're always welcome to the crib. You're always welcome to the Litty Show.
I appreciate that.
And we always gonna talk our shit.
I appreciate that.
Now I'm pulling up to Joe's crib to have a conversation, smoking by the lake just to help the ventilation. He let me speak my mind, and I was thankful for his patience. Told me as a man, I gotta build my reputation. Told you I know how to rap when I shit's
all right. You know how to spit.
I hear it. Long story short, on that whole those bars, what reputation was Joe talking about?
Man, I was just asking him like life advice. I brought up like past
Who's
stories
Joe?
And stuff. Joe, my dog. That's my brother. That's my homie. That I met through Brandon, who's Stead Shot. You know, me and Brandon got super close, and I met him, and like that's family now. Mm-hmm. I was at his crib yesterday. I was at his crib last night.
You want to hear a funny story with him real quick? Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Stead Shot is my ex-manager and the owner of 24hourhiphop.com's cousin.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yes, he is. Yeah.
And 24hourhiphop.com is my step cousin, Chris.
Seriously?
Yeah. Somehow we're related to family.
There's somewhere like there's a tie in there between y'all.
Yeah, we're not blood.
Right.
No, I don't think so. But no, I don't think
you don't think so.
I don't think so, but
you might have to get the DNA test.
Yeah, but he's cool peoples.
No, small world. Yeah. You know, so Joe's like a super close friend of mine. You know, him, his wife, you know, his son, his baby, whatever. That was just one of those nights where he's like, bro, you just want to kick it? You want to come through? I'm like, for sure. So, you know, I went there, you know, with my girlfriend and everything, and I don't smoke no more. Mm-hmm. I'm super uncomfortable smoking, and I used to smoke a lot, whole lot. But now I go into like self-loathing whenever I do. It's either a great experience or like my heart's ready to beat out my chest, and like, but I regress. I go back to overthinking, thinking about this, that I fuck up. Bro, I've had moments where like I smoked, and I'll go to my text messages, and I'm like, why the fuck did you text that today?
I have that same feeling. What is it?
I don't know. Bro,
insecureness.
Several things.
I have a bunch of bad experiences from smoking.
Bad experience. And bro, and I used to smoke all the time.
Me too. I was a big fan in high school.
Those became, I guess, when smoking, like certain experiences became negative, and then that's just how it became conditioning. As in, like, I would be under stress while smoking, so I guess now when I smoke, I go into stress, and so on.
And the chemicals they put in weed today too.
The weed is different.
It's different.
The weed is different.
And you're young and you're saying
the weed is different.
Bro.
Even the medical shit. My mom got a med card, and it
hard.
still fucked me up.
Yeah,
it still fucked me, bro. I used to smoke like several, blunts a day, and
we
like
were just smoking trash. I could take
2 hits today,
shit,
bro. I could take 2 hits today, and I'm gone. It's wild. But well, to speak to that, you know, I told him that. He's like, well, like, why don't we try to change your experience with smoking? Mm-hmm. And he sat outside with me. We smoked, and then The girls went inside, and me and him just had a one-on-one conversation, and he didn't verbatim say, like, as a man, you got to build your reputation, but throughout the conversation, that was the theme that I was getting.
Gotcha.
And he's like, if you want to accomplish this or be seen a certain way or carry yourself a certain way, like, that's really what you got to do. He's another person like Kyle who, like, isn't involved in this type of shit whatsoever, but just as a human, as a man, like, I still look up to him. Me and him are only a year apart, but I still look up to him in the way he carries himself and how he handles like his marriage and how he raises his son and so on. So it's like I take his word like with value. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just one of those like reflective conversations.
Dope. Trying to give advice to Cammy like I didn't have I didn't have a heavy conscience. I was really torn apart to make it as an artist. Really leave. I fucked that one up.
Trying to make it as an artist, really leave a hole inside your heart.
Because that's in the middle of a bar. That's why I butchered that
right.
shit.
It actually was. Yeah.
It's in the middle of a bar.
Yeah. How did I start with? Oh yeah. Like I wasn't walking canvas with those empty pockets, trying to give advice to Cammy. Like I didn't have a heavy conscience. I was really torn apart, trying to make it as an artist, really leave a hole inside your heart. You want me to go into that? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, I got a question though.
Okay, go on.
Do you believe you cannot give advice to somebody that's on a similar road as you, but you are not working as hard as you want to preach it to them the way you should be working? I don't know if that makes sense.
I have that conversation with Matic all the time.
Okay.
He'll ask me for advice, and I'm like, brother, you have 80 songs. I think you might be doing better than me, motherfucker. You should. You probably are by a certain metric, but it also just goes to show that like anybody can overthink their position at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a testament to that. Cammy is someone that me and Kyle went to college with, and we had like a good friendship.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Cammy.
And she was going through a lot of shit. And she would ask me, like, either one-on-one or ask us as a group, like, how should I handle this? How should I handle that? And wanted to maybe switch career paths and do all type of shit. And, like, I'm trying to help navigate you. I'm like, girl, we're the same age. I'm like, I just skipped 2 classes to go make beats. So, like, and that's real shit. Right. Fun fact, my last day on FIU's campus before I dropped out the first time. I dropped out twice now. Crazy. They still let me back in.
Kanye dropped out too, but he made it.
Right? You got it. I went back. I'm still in college.
Uh-huh.
Great, trying to make progress.
Uh-huh.
That was the vibes I was on too. I was like, I could drop out. I'm like, I could do it. He did it, right? But my last day on campus was like the end of a spring semester, and that was the last time I had seen her, and I communicated with for a long time.
Right.
But I literally like finished my last class like 6 p.m. shit that I had halfway skipped, and I just never came back. She never came back the next
Rene,
semester. Like
gone,
like shit, ghosted. But yeah, like that happens all the time. Like, somebody, a customer at my store that I work at, his name is Zach. He's super dope. He loves my music. I believe he's like your age too. He loves my music, and he's always trying to support and whatnot. He was telling me to try to step into the YouTube space and do tutorials and do this and that. And I was trying to explain to him. I was like, listen, you're not wrong, and those videos work, but those videos do work when you're at a certain point. How can I tell you? Like, I hate when I get ads and somebody's telling me how to blow my music and how to market it and be a major artist, and then I go to their account and I was like, you have less followers than me. And like, that's a little fucked up way. And not to say your methods won't work,
right, but
it's like, we always look for the proof in the pudding, brother. And you ain't even got a bowl out, and you haven't given me a spoon. How am I gonna get through the pudding? You feel me? It's one of those situations.
Right,
so
right,
I do feel that way. I feel like I have to. The same thing with like, I feel like I have to accomplish a certain amount of things before I can speak on certain stuff. What I do know, I'll share, and then sometimes I'll tell Matt humbly. I say, "Hey, bro, this is just what I'm thinking. Not to say I know how to get through the situation, but this is what I'm."
I like our relationship, though. I really like our relationship because I feel like y'all like piggyback off each other with a lot of different just ideas in general.
I have a 9-minute voice message in there from him right now.
Oh, Matic
that I haven't been able to get to. He gonna see this later. I'm gonna reply to him by the end of the night, but he sent it while I was at work, so I just couldn't.
No, Matic will. Yo,
I'll do the same thing. I sent him 10 minutes.
That I remember. You see, look, my body doesn't look like it, but I'm at the gym at 5 in the morning.
He is.
My body don't look like it, but I'm at the gym 5 in the morning, and then I got kids, and then I got a job. So Matic forgets sometimes that I'm sleeping at 11. But I'm done at 11.
Oh, you gotta be, yeah.
Bro, he sends me them rapid fire, and I know it's something good when I hear bing, 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 and I see his name, and I'm like, bro.
I can right now.
I didn't say he. No, I said he didn't fuck up my sleep in a bad way. He fucked up my sleep because now I gotta read this shit because I know it's good.
Yeah,
I know it's good.
No, and you respect it.
I won't be able to go back to. No, I won't be able to go to sleep. Like if you text me at 2 a.m. and just say, "Yo, check this out. This is some good shit." Hey, I've been here doing this, and then I'm here. I'm like, "Oh, this nigga really doing something. Like I really gotta."
Yeah, like I really gotta.
I won't be able to go back to sleep. Just
Yeah.
being the friend and the music person that I am, you know that I wake up at that time. So if you text me. You're not even thinking about what Willie's doing. You're just so hyped that you're
right. That you're just And then, but he's eager to share. He's eager passionate. To learn, bro. Like he's real passionate about the shit.
He's passionate.
You know, that's why I tell him, I'm like, bro, like you're figuring that out. Like, don't second guess that.
I think we all are, bro. I think we all are. I be saying that I'm fine, but I know I'm in denial. Maybe that's the reason why I find hard to smile. I can say that you're a great motherfucker, but I think I did see this twice in you. When I first met you, I wouldn't say that was depression. I just seen like you were very reserved. Mm-hmm. But then the second time when you took some time off, and I text you, and then I seen you in the gym, and you were back in the gym, and you're like, yo, I took a reset. I'm cutting. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But I still didn't feel as if you wanted to be where you wanted to be yet. So I was like, these little things, I cherish it because it shows me that you're a real person. There's, like I told you, this Instagram hate that I have or this social media hate, it falls into real people. Mm. There's people that are walking around with masks that they're 4K masks, bro. These masks, like, you'll never know.
They ultra HD and shit.
Yeah, like these masks, like you won't even understand how technically deceiving these masks are. So when I can see somebody at their truest form, I kind of like gravitate to them and then like go in debt with them.
Yeah, I mean you have a certain level of understanding that a lot of people don't. Like you'll pay attention to body language, mannerisms, the way somebody says something. Like obviously in my case, for example, and like you'll understand like. He going through something right now, and you like, you know, you reach out either with encouragement or like, you know, you like, he got to go decompress. I won't press him for nothing. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Which is like a great quality, and it's like, bro, like a lot of people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like
they won't even catch it.
When you go through those types of phases, like you said, like the people who get upset when you, I'm so appreciative. Like Joe's like a great person, Kyle's a great person. Like we may go X amount of time without speaking to each other, but we'll never hold each other to that shit. I can call them and they'll answer, pick up, and then be honest. Like, yeah, bro, like, life's been pretty rough. How are you? And like, we'll get into those conversations and shit like that. Like, and those are real people, you know. So I mean, I appreciate you seeing that quality in me.
Definitely, and the track was there. We got a bunch of lyrics, so I want to keep going with it.
Shit, Empty Pockets was your favorite,
bro.
I feel like it's my smoothest track. It should feel
I guess
like whiskey to me.
Yes, and that's why I enjoyed it so much because I feel like, all right, here, and let's cut some of the time from your questions. I want to take into you, and say that when you're at your most comfortableness,
right,
you're delivering your best type of work, and some of your songs you're not comfortable. I could hear it. Oh. Not comfortable.
Oh, could you give me one?
No, we're talking about old tracks. So
yeah. You can hear it. You can hear the progress.
So in these 3 tracks, I do feel like that one you were your most comfortable. Am I right or wrong?
You know, I agree. It feels like my most mature. So like even when I hear it compared to the other 2, just because like since I engineer my own shit, like I don't know how I did it, but the track sounds so warm.
Yeah.
And I got it to hit it, but it's because like I hit the mic the certain way. Like if I have it up on my YouTube too, I gotta like repost it or like just reshare it. But I had the process of me recording the song. I recorded it all the way through on camera, and then I said, nah, because it didn't do it. And I did it the second time. That's why I say at the beginning, like, oh, I'm gonna try to maintain the tone right here.
Right.
And everything just hit so smooth. It feels like my most mature track.
Right.
I feel like that's a record that I lean on now. Like as like a benchmark, as in like I feel like that's my sound and tone as an artist.
Just so y'all know, I'm not capping. Like I have.
He got hella shit.
I have so much shit just on this one track.
Yeah, so I feel like it's definitely my most mature song so far, and I feel like it's gonna be a good benchmark for me going forward to be like, do I sound like Empty Pockets? Do it sound like I'm getting better than Empty Pockets? Like that's a good benchmark for me.
Disappointed in my actions and the what?
Go ahead.
Disappointed in my actions and the way I let it slide. Letting other people call the shots one too many times. Let them rob me from my pride and my confidence. I can't even say thank you when I'm giving compliments. This one was personal with me and you because let me start by saying I'm glad I met you because since the day I've met you and I heard your music, I've always been telling you keep pushing it, get your name out there, let everybody know who you are. I always encouraged you, like, you know, walk with your chest out, be a little bit less humble, but use it in a way where you know your music and know who you are.
Right.
This song, I feel somebody did or something did rob you from your confidence at a young age, and you wore this. You explained it because I seen that when I first met you. I felt like yo, he knows he's dope, but something that is not letting him
tells me that I'm not.
Yeah, what's not letting this man break out of this show to where because he's smart enough to know what's good music and bad music. So when he being non-biased, you can hear your own shit and say, yeah, it ain't trash. So
right.
What can you say robbed you from your confidence?
Those honestly, bro, like those friendships growing up. Like I'm not saying you ever have to be around like yes men, and I understand certain things can be jokes, but up until a certain point.
Right.
But when you're even by your friends, which like we do that as men, like we bully our homies. Like
fat,
it's
short,
a real
skull, skinny.
It's a real thing, and like some of it led to change, like using negative motivation. But at a certain point, when you use negative motivation and you don't change, you say, "Oh wait, this sat with me." So like for a long time, bro, it's like again, like you don't need yes men, but when somebody tells you you're bad, like at everything you do, and that it won't work at everything you do, in different avenues of your life. And at a young age, a lot of that shit will seep into you. So it's a lot of, like I said, like this project was a lot of self-work to really say, like, bro, I'm gonna pull out those weeds and I'm gonna plant flowers now, because like I was robbed of my pride and my confidence. Like so when people give me it feel weird saying thank you for shit because I don't get used to hearing it. Even though now, like, not that I'm getting used to it, not in a cocky way, but just more of in like, I'm more cool with it. I practice it. Well, that's why you see me go to every single one of my IG comments and I say thank you to everybody, or at least reply with something, because I want to be able to embrace that more. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
And you're doing it. And you're definitely doing it.
Appreciate it.
My last one, I cut a couple, but my last one is, man, I know I got my people, but they'll never understand. Every time I paint the picture, I'm just hoping that they can. Is your picture getting more clear, and is your family and friends and the people that are close to you understanding better?
I'd like to think so.
Okay.
But it's also like the homies don't sit me down and ask me to break down a track either. So I wouldn't say it's like that far, but it's like
Well, I think you got different homies in the world.
No,
I do this podcast, but I'm
for
your
sure,
homie.
we're homie. Yeah. But I mean, like in the regard of like this doesn't happen often.
Right.
Like even if I have friends share the music and they may be like, bro, love the new song, but
do
they may
you
not.
think they're capable of it? Honestly,
that's the point of the line, because it's like I know I got people around me and I know they know what I go through, you know, for the most part. But it's the same way that I explain to people, like as an artist, like a lot of people are just not going to understand you, and you do have to be comfortable with that. So it's like every time, again, you paint a picture, you just want it to be as clear as possible. Or if you have a mirror that you want them to look into, or a window, like you every time you make a track, you kind of wiping it because you want to make it as like I've told you before, I want my music to be as digestible as possible. Like even if I have a complicated ass record, I want it to be like, okay, somebody can sit with that.
You want a deaf ear to hear it,
right? Type shit. So it's that like Like, and we've had disconnects too, like where I've sat with like Joe and his wife and my girlfriend, and I've explained my mind in a way of like, this is how I think as an artist, and this is why I can't do A, B, C, and D. Not like I can't, like something prevents me, but it's like I choose not to do these things for the benefit of my art, because my art isn't just a career path, it's my life. And he's just a more like logical thinker. Like he's very artistic. Like he's the one who made Stead Till Dead, the shirts I be wearing and shit. Super artistic, but also thinks super logical. Logical. Very logical. So he's like, yeah, but if you go from here to here, and we've had disconnects, not an argument whatsoever,
no.
but gone back and forth. So and this line isn't particularly about him, but it's more of like, I know I'm gonna be misunderstood.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Unless a breakdown like this is to be had, and that just don't happen every day. You know? But
that's why we got this on video. This is why we put this out there. And
this is why it's here. That's why it's here.
Rene for Dummies.
That's the title of the episode. Rene for Dummies right there.
You know the vibes is Litty Willie from Litty Productions. I want to thank everybody that's been supporting us, sharing, liking, commenting, doing all that good stuff. Just to let y'all know, we got Instagram live videos, we got YouTube videos, we got all kinds of different productions. That's why we call ourselves Litty Productions. Make sure y'all hit me up if y'all looking for something at Litty Willie _. Litty Show Productions on Instagram, all that good stuff. Just make sure you hit me up. We out.
It's the Litty Show, the Litty Show.
You know the fucking vibe, man.
So obviously, Canal Drive, dope EP. Did you do the production and the beats on this?
Yeah.
Both. You made the beats.
Yeah.
You make it seem like it's so simple, and like these beats are just regular beats.
Kind of. I mean, I don't think it's I think it's my best production. I don't think it's like crazy production to like to whatever standard we're looking at. Maybe that's me being modest.
You being modest.
Yeah, I think Elephant in the Room is my favorite beat I've ever done, and it doesn't even have like hi-hats. It has like 4 elements to it. But yeah, like same thing with everything. Like I produced everything, recorded myself, mixed and mastered it to my liking and whatnot.
Do you ever sit back and realize like how impressive that really is? Or do you just like, are you on this tunnel vision where you really won't?
Kind of like a tunnel vision, but also because like being an artist and scrolling through other artists and stuff like that, a lot of artists do it now.
As good?
Not as good. Everybody has their own style, in my opinion, and I feel like I pick up on style. Like I really like simple shit. My brother Angel, who you've met too, he's always pushing me to like do more, which like I can. But like sometimes I can't. I'm not as like musically as inclined as somebody else. Like, bro, I'm like you're telling me to replicate somebody really playing the piano and like getting a violinist in the room. Like, there's like, would I love to be there? Absolutely. And I was talking to Jay and Matt about this. That like, bro, that's my goal. Like, I want to get better musically. I want to develop my talent that I do have. But I also like love really simple shit. I love sample based hip hop. I love boom bap drums. I like keeping it. I love using drum breaks. Like shout out to AJ Hall, who's like a big time drummer now. Who like from Jake One to Russ to Static to Harry Fraud to several like so many producers just buy his kits and you just throw on his drum loops a lot of the time.
Nasty motherfucker.
Nasty.
Harry Fraud. I'm sorry. You just like.
Sorry. But that's my type of production. So like when you listen to it, it's fairly simple. It's all off a feeling. So I've always explained to my brother too. I'm like, once it feels right, like I'm cool. There isn't even an 808 or bass line on Empty Pockets. That's just the kick and then the guitar from the sample itself, just like with a little bass boost, some EQ to make it sit, leaving a lot of my low end free on my vocals, and it feels really warm. And I was like, I tried. I played a bass line on it on my keyboard and did the thing, and I was like, it just don't feel right. It's fucking up the space.
It's not
for
you,
me.
right? I think it makes sense though, because you're making music for you. You're not making beats for everybody in the world. Once
something feels right, like it's dope. Look, so not to undermine it, it's a super dope feeling. Like that's where everything starts for me. Like I produce first before I write or do anything like that all the time, because I have to like set up my canvas before I paint on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great feeling when you make something that you find really dope.
Have you made a beat outside of your element yet?
I feel like Pressure was that when I made
Pressure. No, I'm talking about Pressure was, but I'm talking about like a drill or something.
I tried drill once. my brother laughed at it. I haven't opened that file since.
Send it to me. I want to check it out.
Right. I will.
Send
I will. I'm gonna find that. I forgot what I named it.
Because it could be like a reggaeton one.
I've done it, but drill is in my shit too. I literally just did it to see if I could, and I could, and I was like, I'm not satisfied because it's just not my type of type of sound. Like I like nostalgic, warm feeling shit, and it's very dark production. And then it's also like just as long as your hats have the right bounce, you pulled off a drill beat. That's not to insult people, but drill isn't just my shit either. But they're critical
on drill, but also you got to remember, what's his name? Because it was dark, and he was doing it for Ross, and he was doing it for Kanye. What's the guy that made Ham? I'm about to go Ham. Fuck, God, my brain, everybody's going to tear me apart for this right now, because I'm such a music connoisseur.
Well, because I know Hit Boy did Paris, but I don't know who did Ham right now.
Because when I say it, I'm sorry for everybody that knows me and is gonna make fun of me now. Says you don't.
They can make fun of me because I just genuinely don't know. Forgive me.
He was dark and it kind of sounded like drill. Producer, let's see. It's a shame that I don't even know what it is, and when I say it.
Def Jam.
Songwriter, no, Lex Luger.
Oh shit, yeah, and he's still going. He's about to do a show. Yeah, he's doing shit with like La Russell right now.
Sorry, guys.
Oh fuck me, yeah.
But Lex Luger was.
I'm a little ashamed too.
It's like a high class.
I just didn't know he produced that.
Drill.
Sure. Oh yeah, because of the horns that go on and all types of stuff. Yeah, no, the sound's been there, but I think now it's
dumbed down.
For sure.
Dumbed down.
For sure, but like that's why like. The content of said music has been dumbed down too. You get what I'm saying? It's also just not my shit. That's out of my element. I started to. I wouldn't say it's out of my element because of what I listen to, because I do listen to like alternative a lot of R&B and stuff. So I'm getting more into like that indie-ish sound. Like I have this one beat, bro, that like
borderline lo-fi.
More than that, like I listen to like an alternative man called like Western Estate. So I made something the other day, and I was like, this shit sound like you walking through a flower field, and it sounds so dope. And I was like, and I have to learn how to sing now because like it's gotta be that. So I'm slowly like dipping into other avenues. But I've never wanted to just stay in one thing. Like a lot of the artists I like Kanye for one, Drake for another, Russ for another. Like they're artists who have bounced into like different genres as they please. Pharrell's done like everything in between that you. Cuddy's done. They've done everything you can think of in between. So I don't want to stay just in one avenue. I'm always gonna come back to it. That's always gonna be home. But like I am trying to again, like to get better musically, you gotta start playing with different sounds.
So if somebody would like, all right, here, people know you musically, and they would not expect you to do that type of music, what type of music would you do that nobody knows but you want to do?
That I want to do?
Yeah. Like country. I'm not saying country, but like something that's wild that people will be like right now, damn, Rene, for real.
Like in a disappointed way?
No. Just like they didn't know that you were interested into that.
I feel like my catalog is slowly diversifying. I don't feel like anybody really be taken caught off guard because like About to Change was that. About to Change is a very like indie production where like I gave you a little melody. But then I've given you the hours where I rapped to you just straight over piano. But then I've made a trap beat on Pressure and I've rapped to that. So I feel like
which is dope too.
Which is dope. Which I don't think
Pressure was dope.
That's what I'm saying. That's one of my favorite. That's when I talk shit. Like I told you inspired that.
You know why I like it.
Yeah, because that should be bumping. Whatchamacallit? I don't think anything I put out would be so left field of me going forward, you know? I don't think people would be like, damn, what the fuck? I think people would be like, oh shit. Right. Like, that's new. I like that. You know, I mean, I want to do acoustic shit. I picked up a guitar. My mom picked up guitar. My birthday. Shout out to moms again. So I'm picking that up. Like, I would love to, like, bro, give y'all an acoustic EP.
That's dope.
Like, just as I'm learning guitar, like, if I can formulate a couple loops on my own, playing it by myself, and then, like, bro, I'll hell yeah, I'll do that, because I want to step into that realm, too.
You'll figure it out. I know you're a tightly weaved family guy. Shout out to your mom, shout out to your dad, shout out to your brother. How are they perceiving this project? How are they taking it in?
I actually haven't heard back from my dad yet. My dad's actually been really busy.
Okay.
To be honest.
I want to say more of your brother because I know your brother's your hardest critic.
Yeah, honestly, like he loved it. He really had nothing negative to say. He wasn't like he was there for the filming of the short film, and he was like that was his first time hearing it, and he was actually like pretty impressed by it. And then as I perfected the master and stuff, he's like, dude, this is your best work yet. He's like, I made him go because my car speakers were fucked up. I called him. I said, hey, can you go into mom's car and listen to this for me? I'm gonna trust your. I literally told him like, I'm gonna trust your word. If you say it's fine, I'm gonna submit it.
Go with it.
And I submitted it. It's good, okay. And then I went and I submitted it. I was like, whatever it is, it is. But he's like, dude, he's like, it sounds full in the car. It sounds like it's your most again like your most mature piece of work. Like you went up another level on the mixing and mastering element of it. So he received it really well. He thought it was like the most personal stuff, most bare bones stuff. My mom didn't get super intricate with everything, but my mom listens to everything. So she reached out to me and told me congratulations. She loves it too as well. So just still waiting to hear back from my dad.
Okay. If you had a chance for anyone to hear this project, one dead, one alive, who would they be?
Oh.
One person dead, one person alive. You could play this for and let them listen to it. Don't say Russ.
Okay. Alive, bruh?
Mm-hmm.
You know, alive, bruh, I'm going to go to Russell. I'm going to go with a different Russ.
Okay.
Just because I used to wonder where I fit in with my type of rap. Because in the whole comparison game, too, I feel like a lot of my music isn't super bar heavy. Like, I have barred up tracks like Upset Freestyle and shit like that, and the Come Up, where you'll catch them and like I feel like they're sleepers. I really enjoy my writing. I like it to be like you gotta read it to be like, oh, that's a bar. I really like that. I don't like it being right in your face. But he made me real comfortable with, and not to say he don't have bars in his shit because he do, but he has life bars. Like when you say some shit and I go, like, oh, like that's a gem. That's a life. That's bigger than music. That's the fashion he raps in. So I love for him to, I would love for him to hear it because like he helped me find that pocket. I'm like, bro, like I'm doing life rap. I'm just rapping about what's applicable to me and then applicable to like the future version of myself that I want to be.
Dead? Could be anybody. Family, friend, president, Abe Lincoln. I mean anybody.
Abe Lincoln would be crazy.
Like, I had somebody see that on a podcast.
Yo, listen to this shit, fam. Man, that's tough, cause I don't know. I'm trying not to use the metric of impressing them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to impress somebody who's passed, but bro, honestly, bro, maybe Mac Miller, like rest in peace, bro, like, cause I feel like it's another one of those things, cause I'm trying to step into that realm where because he was involved in every step of the process making his music, and he really saw a lot of growth through it. The same thing that I'm doing, like he went from like just doing the boom bap shit to like, which not just doing it, he did it extremely well, but you know, getting into soul and R&B and different vibes and stuff, and
alternative.
There is some there is some like dark but warm moments inside the EP, and like I think it'll be dope for him to hear it and just to be like, have you just to have a conversation, have you been through this type of phase? You know, he went through dark moments, unfortunately, and stuff like that, but also like gave you songs that made you feel warm and put a smile on your face. So I think I'd love for him to hear it, just to see what he thinks and to get advice from him.
So live, Lil Russell, dead, Mac Miller, and shout out to Lyric Lounge. They just gave you a Mac Miller vinyl.
Yep, the kids vinyl, which I gotta crack open because it's the yellow translucent joint.
Yeah.
That shit's legit, bro. And it's crazy because I was just thinking about that exact project before, because a lot of his shit is going up on TikTok now. Like a lot of his vinyls are getting repressed and shit. And I was like thinking back to like, because that was my introduction to him, if I'm not mistaken. He blew up in the YouTube realm. And
are you old enough to know what the kids' theme is?
The theme itself?
That like the actual kids. You know the acronym, but do you know what it is?
Yeah, Kicking Incredibly Dope Shit.
Right.
But
deeper than that, there's a movie that was in the 80s called Kids.
Really?
And it was an indie film.
So no,
way
before my time.
Yeah, but watch it so you can know what he's delivering.
Okay.
It was an indie film, and it was remember Roach from Friday, the white boy from Next Friday.
Okay.
He's in it. There's a bunch of old people that you'll see that's in it now. Have you ever seen Men in Black 2?
Yeah.
The girl that comes in the flying egg. She looks Spanish, but she's black. Anyway, she's in it. There's a bunch of old people.
Okay.
Long story short, the acronym is the name of his album, but he based it off the movie Kids. If you go watch the movie Kids.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I think I was in middle school when that shit dropped, so I think I was listening to it.
Kids.
No.
I was in the movie. I was like, no, you weren't in middle school because I was a little kid.
If I'm not mistaken, I was in middle school, so I was just listening to it because it was dope. I actually maybe never caught that. Nah, I don't think elementary, bro.
Let me see what year.
When did it drop? Like 2011? If so, I was 8th grade.
Let's see.
And I think that was my introduction to him because I'm trying to remember some of the songs that started on YouTube.
2010.
2010. There you go. 7th grade.
7th grade. Okay.
I was actually no. That's
I said you were younger than
7th or 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
Because I think 2009 is when I left elementary, and 2010 is when I started middle school.
But anyway, check that out. We went
left.
We went left. Watch movie Kids. It's an indie film.
There's this clip of of Mac like dancing through like a fucking golf course, where he has like Vans on. You can see the tattoos on his legs and shit. Yeah. And like he's one of the reasons I wanted tattoos growing up too, because like he just looked like a fly motherfucker, and he was just so nice all the time.
Yeah.
He was so
cool
chill.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mac.
Rest in peace.
Out of 1 or 3 being one being the highest. One being the lowest and 3 being the highest. Put your order of tracks of where you want it to be in low to highest, in your opinion.
From Canal Drive or from
Canal Drive?
1
being your favorite, 2 being the second, and 3rd being your last. Not to say that none of them are bad, but in your opinion.
Okay.
This is not a bad. This is best to least best.
Okay, best or favorite?
I want to get favorite. I want to hear you.
Favorite, I'm going 1 is Empty Pockets.
Okay.
Because I feel like I really nailed a sound I was going for a while.
Okay.
For sure. Second, I'm going to go The Elephant in the Room because I feel like that's like my best record.
Gotcha.
Like that's my best flow, my best cadence, delivery, a completely different sound than what I'm normally doing. And then Afraid was like the most insecure track I was making throughout the entire process because it was so bare bones. Like it's just 3 elements on the production and my vocals. I didn't even put reverb on my shit or no delay, so I had like no echo. I just kind of touched it to where it filled the space of the production, so it was like you got my voice very raw if you hear it.
Right. It was a ball head track.
It sounds very rough, and that was the point of it.
The sound of it.
So do I think it came out like as my best record? No, but it was like a very personal, self-reflective one. It's one that like I'm gonna be honest, like I still when I spin it back, sometimes I just go straight to The Elephant in the Room. Because it's still like it takes me to a place that like I can't revisit all the time.
It's dope though that your least favorite you put as number 1.
Right, I thought because for me it had the intention of like just bringing you into the world, which I think it did a good job of.
Oh, it did great.
And it segued. It's a minute 32 seconds, and it just flows right into the next.
Great.
So I think it served its purpose, but I think it's just a hard track for me to listen to.
Got you.
What
would be one thing you would want people to get out of this EP? Just one thing.
Yeah, that I think kind of the topic I've been touching on, that you're not your mistakes. Whatever you've gone through, whatever you felt like you had to do to survive, it's okay to feel, guilt, shame, fear, remorse. Like it's okay to feel those emotions. You're supposed to. You're a human being, but don't allow them to live with you longer than they should, because they can overstay their welcome.
5 years from now, when you're looking at this interview, what inspiring message or what would you want to remind yourself when you're watching this video right now? You're looking at that camera, your 5 year self from now is watching it. What would be one inspired thing you would want to tell yourself, or one reminder you would want to tell yourself? Look directly in the camera, so you could be looking at yourself. I'm looking at the camera
when I'm ready to say it. So one inspiring thing to say, and
it could
then
be
just a reminder.
A reminder or inspiring.
Just one thing I would want to say.
Whatever you want to say.
And then 5 years from now.
5 years from now, you're watching this.
Well, 1, you did it. You made it. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. But then secondly, man, like don't forget to have confidence in yourself. You put this out for the reason of turning away on those old behaviors and the old ways of you thinking of yourself. Don't continue to go back to that place. Be vulnerable as a human, but always make sure you're moving forward. And if you're working on being the best version of yourself, then carry yourself that way.
You're watching, right? Rene, 5 years from now, you're watching.
You should be. Spin it back.
Spin it back.
Spin it back.
What's next for Rene? Talk to me.
Man, a lot. Like I told you, I'm already itching to get into my next shit. Like, you know, I already want to start to do more and do new and make something fresh, which I have plenty of stuff produced and written that I'm already implementing and stuff. New for me, I got some features on the way. You'll hear a track with me and Matic on it for finally finally making it happen. I sent the verse in, took me a minute. But I have other features in the works that'll hopefully come out before the end of the year. I'm gonna be working with an outside producer for the first time. His name is, hopefully I'm pronouncing it like Munya, like Munya, Munya. Super dope. He found me from my reel from Pressure. He tapped in the DMs and he sent me a beat pack.
Dope.
So we're working on something already. I already got those lined up. So that might be the next thing you hear from me, depending on where it goes.
Shout out to Munya.
And then me and a friend of mine named Ernie were, he went to school for graphic design. He's fucking awesome, and he's helping me map out some logos and some prints and stuff. So hopefully we'll be in the merch run by 2025 too.
Whatever you need to get, you know I'm gonna rock it.
Appreciate you, and I'm gonna have me a little reserve to pass out to everybody, you know, that I fuck with.
For sure.
You're free of charge. I'm giving it to everybody, you know. But yeah, man, just getting better at this shit. Like that's all I want to do going forward. Just continue to do more and to continue to grow. And like I said the last time, like we spoke one-on-one, like I'm gonna go wherever the work takes me. Just gonna keep working.
Well, if you didn't know and you didn't catch it in the beginning, this is my new segment called Sounds Lit. So when we break down musical releases, we always gonna say Rene was on the first episode.
The
Sounds
Inception,
Lit.
baby. The Inception.
Shout outs before we close out. Any shout outs? I know this gets rough for y'all.
It always do.
Because you feel like you might forget somebody.
I'm gonna forget. Shout out to Matic, to Tone, to Darius. I know. Hopefully you're watching. He tend to tap in a lot. Everyone at Shadow League, you know exactly who you are because I message all of you all the time. There's 80 of motherfuckers. I'm not gonna say everybody at Shadow League. You feel me? My mom, my dad, my brothers, Angel, Sebastian, Christian. I do have 3 brothers.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Shout out to Quan, helping me out throughout it. I'm gonna have to call him tonight. We got more work to do, so he's always helping me out with editing and shit. Gabe, love you, appreciate you. Kyle, Joe, Diana, all y'all, Brandon, Jessica. Zeus, everybody, goddamn it, you know who you are. Marcelo,
I love to hear people say this shit because I've already simplified it at my end. When people ask me, I just say, "Yo, shout out to God and shout out to everybody that's been on the path working with me."
Oh God, there it is. Y'all can skip.
Make it easy.
Y'all can hit the little 10-second shit on YouTube. Hit that. Yep. Yo, you'll get through it.
Yeah, get through it. Yo, this is Litty Willie. This is Rene. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment to this video. It's free. And go follow Rene on what social media? What is it called? Come on, talk to me.
The Wolf Who Cries.
The Wolf Who Cries.
It'll be in the description.
You know the vibes. We out this bitch.